Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Pittsburgh Penguins hockey, and tonight from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry, Pennsylvania, it's Intra-Squad Scrimmage number 3, Team Gold against Team Black. The game that much closer to the real deal, and we're just under a week away from hockey officially being back. You get a look at the ice here in Cranberry, and we welcome you into the booth alongside the old 2-9er Phil Bourque. I am Josh Getzoff. Borky, first of all, I want to say hello to all our viewers tonight that are watching on our live stream, which is brought to you by UPMC. That is, of course, over Twitter, over Facebook, over YouTube, over the Penguins app. And also want to say a special hello that we've just joined all of our listeners on the flagship station of the Penguins, 105.9 The X. So we'll be all across both platforms. Appreciate everyone out there tuning in and looking forward to getting that much closer to the real thing.
6 feet apart.
Yes, sir.
Exactly 6 feet. I measured it to make sure we were under the guidelines. We got the masks on. But you know, Josh, just coming in the rink here tonight at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex, different feel, different atmosphere. The players are on the ice for the warm-up. They're not going to make ice. They're going to go right from warm-up, right to puck drop. And I already feel a different energy in the building. Players are starting to ramp up. There's going to be some intensity. There's going to be a different tempo. I think there's going to be a few more hits than we've seen from the 2 inter-squad scrimmages before this. And players are really starting to gear up, not only for that preseason game Tuesday against the Flyers, but a week from Saturday, play for real against the Montreal Canadiens.
It's crazy how quickly it's all coming together. Let's get you what you need to know as far as this scrimmage is concerned tonight. As Borky mentioned, if you watch the first 2 scrimmages, you're kind of familiar with how these things have gone. Yeah. This one's going to be a little different. We'll play 3 17-minute periods. Now, you're probably wondering why 17 minutes. Well, there's some reasoning behind that. Mike Sullivan figures that he plays his 4th line, give or take, about 9 minutes a game. Hence the 3 minutes slashed off each period, because you have 3 lines per each team in this matchup tonight. He leaves no stone unturned, Borky. And then as far as the intermissions, 2 full intermissions tonight. At the end of the 3rd period, there'll be roughly 5 minutes or so of special team situations for any penalties. While the penalty shot with a chaser, if there's no goals scored, the play goes live. No TV timeouts, but we will be taking breaks on our radio network to get those priorities filled as well. But we'll stay with you on the stream in the meantime.
Just one little note for fans that don't know what the chaser is. If there's a penalty called, there won't be anybody sitting in the box for 2 minutes. The player who the penalty was against, he will chase the player who was interfered with, slashed, hooked, whatever it might be. He'll be at center ice, basically on the breakaway, but the player who committed the infraction, he will chase from the blue line just for a little pressure up the backside.
Adds a little more excitement to the whole sequence. As far as this game tonight is concerned, we get our first look at a couple players in particular that we haven't seen in game action yet in this training camp, and honestly hadn't seen them even on the ice until 24 hours ago, that being Patrick Hornquist and Juuso Riikola. Both of those guys are on Team Black. Team Gold obviously tied Team Black 3-3 in the game that we played on Monday. The first game was all Team Gold, 7-0.
Yeah, and I'm most curious to see Patrick Hornquist, to see him. He's probably going to be shot out of a can. The bull in the china shop. He doesn't know any other way to play. This inter-squad scrimmage will be like a Game 7. That's the only way he knows how to play. He'll be standing in front of the net. He'll be bucking and grinding in the corners. But you wonder how his conditioning is. He says his conditioning's great. He skated quite a few times when he was over in Sweden. He came over by himself, left his wife at home because he was quarantined for a while. And she probably said, wait a minute here. I'm going to be quarantined with you for even longer in Pittsburgh? Listen, I'll stay over in Sweden. You go bounce off the walls like you normally do. But I'm curious actually to see that line with Jared McCann in the middle, the other Patrick, Marleau on the left side, and Patrick Hornquist on the right side.
That'll be a line, as we mentioned, it's on Team Black in this game tonight. As far as the other lines, we have Jason Zucker, Evgeny Malkin, and Brian Rust. And the 3rd line for Team Black will be some names you haven't heard yet in camp, but one might sound very familiar. Phil Varone, the center, right wing Sam Miletic, and on the left wing, the 21st overall pick in this past June's NHL draft, well, last June's actually, NHL draft, that'd be Samuel Poulin, making not his debut. We saw him in the preseason, but first action here at training camp.
Yeah, double deuces. He'll be number 22 in your lineup, and I'm excited to see him. We saw how good he was in training camp. He just jumps off the ice. He's got a great shot. He's shifty. He knows how to use his speed. It's going to be really fun to watch him. And, there's some other young guys that we really like in this lineup, too.
Absolutely. As we roll over to the Team Gold, you have Evan Rodriguez centering Jake Gensel, Connor Sherry. So no Sidney Crosby again tonight in the scrimmage. Not necessarily a surprise given the pace that you would expect him to get back into the lineup, although obviously that'll be something to watch with the team practicing Friday and again scrimmaging on Saturday. That familiar trio of Teddy Bluger, Zach Aston Reese, and Brandon Tanev. And then Sam Lafferty centering Adam Johnson and Anthony Angelo, the two wingers there making their debuts here on the ice.
I'd like to comment on two players. Number one, Evan Rodriguez, who has looked outstanding.
Yep.
And we're not really sure where he fits in the lineup. He can play all three forward positions. His natural, I guess, would be center ice, where he'll be tonight filling in for Sid. But in the little bit he's played with Jake Gensel and Connor Sherry, he's looked great. He's been able to elevate his game. So there's a lot more skill. Sometimes guys, when they're pigeonholed on the fourth line, they start thinking like a fourth line. They play safe. They don't try to get too far as far as crazy offensively. But Evan Rodriguez has got a lot more skill. And you mentioned Sam Lafferty, who is what we think has been the best player in this little mini camp. Game after game, practice after practice, he's just absolute flying out here. And you wonder if it's going to continue. You wonder if he's going to take a step backwards. I don't see it happening. It looks like he's just trying to make a statement to Mike Sullivan saying, listen, I might not be in the top 12. I get that. I look at who's in front of me here. But if I'm number 13, I want to be the first guy. Somebody goes down, coach, I want to be the first guy in.
Little burn his saddle maybe too after yesterday in practice being the extra forward, as you mentioned, with Patrick Hornquist coming back. So maybe something to prove for 37 in white on Team Gold here tonight. One thing that was interesting yesterday, Mike Sullivan said that he will be bringing 4 goaltenders with him to Toronto. The 4 goaltenders that are dressed tonight, you would presume, would be the 4 that are going. We knew Matt Murray and Tristan Jarry were a part of that equation. We figured Casey DeSmith was. He's also on Team Black tonight. But joining Tristan Jarry on Team Gold is Emil Larmy, who, aside from being an extremely entertaining Twitter follow, is an entertaining individual and a guy that we still are learning a little bit about. He bounced around a bit this year. He had some health issues early in the season for Wilkes-Barre Scranton, played in Wheeling, but we expect that, maybe some point over the next couple of games he might see some action as well.
Not really sure what are the format here. Right. If he'll get in here in this game here. I hope he does. Yeah. Because not only is he entertaining on Twitter, but he's entertaining in goal. He's got a little bit of the flower.
Yes,
je ne sais quoi, if you will, in goal. Because he's not that big, but extremely athletic. He's not afraid to go double stack of pancakes with a little windmill on top of it. And he's at times looks a little bit like he's all over the place, but it's just one of those styles that he's incredibly athletic, maybe too athletic at times, but also he's one of those goaltenders who just never gives up on the play.
Speaking of the goaltenders, maybe you've been asked a thing or two, maybe over the last week and a half, I don't know.
Every other, basically every show that I'm on, every radio show that I'm on, I was on with Beaver County there today, or one of our affiliates, and we spent probably a good 8 minutes talking about our goaltenders.
Talking about it with everybody, and I think that you'll see some heavy competition in that aspect. Not necessarily am I saying that will be decided as far as who the goaltender is, but these are the last 2 opportunities for Matt Murray and Tristan Jarry to come out of camp feeling good about themselves, to everyone come out of camp feeling how they are playing is trending in the right direction before you start to see some real opponents starting next week.
I'll make this quick. I want to see just the same from Tristan Jarry, and I expect to see the same because he's just been rock solid so far. But for Matt Murray, I want to see more, Matt. I want you to get back to being the Matt Murray that we love so much. The Matt Murray that brought a couple cuts here to Pittsburgh. He has looked at times, he's looked okay, and that consistency hasn't been there. But this game, as I mentioned, it has a different flair to it, has a different energy to it, and I think that'll get Matt Murray up to another level.
We mentioned our stream is brought to you by UPMC on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We also have our broadcast going on right now on our flagship station, 105.9 The X here in Pittsburgh. And for those of you watching the stream, not to incentivize things, but we have replays tonight, and they're going to be brought to you by PNC Wealth Management. So an extra look at some of the moves that we're expecting here in this one. And Borky, it's great. Just looking around and reading some items today, you're starting to get, as you mentioned, you see that vibe in the building, you feel that vibe in the building, but you're really starting to get the reality settling in that these guys are leaving here in 4 days, and they are hopefully not coming back for 9 weeks. And they're coming back with a shiny piece of silver at the end of it, but it's a long journey that's going to begin starting with that exhibition game against Philly.
That's the reality, I think, as a player. that really slaps you right up the side of the head is that, and you heard Chad Ruedel talking about what he was going to bring, lots of snacks, lots of loungewear, because it's right. It's not like you're going for a round, and after a round or two, if you get that far, then you take a pause and you break and you come home again. No, you go right from Toronto, you make the conference final, you go right to Edmonton, you stay there through the Stanley Cup final. So you might be gone for a while, but everybody has said, all the players have said, it's worth it. It's worth it for that chance to raise Lord Stanley's Cup over their head.
It's a good problem to have if you're staying away from your family for 9 weeks in this situation. Maybe
Make
not
it worth
most
it, right?
situations.
Make it worth it.
Exactly. If the cup is at the end of it, I don't think anyone will complain. We're going to take a quick break on our radio network broadcast. We're going to stay with you on the stream, so why don't we take a quick pause, head to break on the radio network, and we'll be back in a few minutes right there. So stay with us on 105.9 The X. Staying with you here on the stream, which of course is brought to you by UPMC. And if you just tuned in, alongside the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, I'm Josh Getzoff. We're juggling a little bit here, but we're going to have some fun tonight, bring you as much as we can as far as the action is concerned. Bourque, one guy that we did not talk about as far as the young guys in the lineup tonight, we heard a little bit from this morning, Pierre-Olivier Joseph. P.O. is how we're going to shorten it for you, and how he prefers his first name to come across, so that's how we will oblige him. Where's number 73? He's on Team Black tonight. He's the 5th defenseman, but he will be playing. The pairings, as we mentioned, on Team Black are Brian Dumoulin and Chris Letang, Juuso Riikola, and Chad Ruedel. But as far as Joseph is concerned, obviously the young piece that came over in the Phil Kessel trade, and a guy that, from all accounts, as the season wore on in Wilkes-Barre Scranton, his game grew that much more.
Yeah, if we're going to abbreviate, can I go Pojo?
Pojo, I like it.
Pojo, you like that?
Yeah.
Just kind of came to me. Pierre-Olivier Joseph, and you're right. They love him. And, the knock on P.O. Joseph was that he was too thin.
Yeah.
And just watching him skate around here right now, he does look thin. But he's put a lot of weight on and a lot of strength on. But he has the big frame. So who knows, maybe in 2 years, 3 years, when he starts to fill out and really put some mass on, you're right, they love him. Mike Vellucci, the head coach down in Wilkes-Barre, said, the more I played this guy and I started giving more and more minutes, the better he played. So he's going to be an interesting player. I'm happy to see the Penguins just going with 5D here, because he's going to get some ice time. And we've never seen him before. We've heard some things. We've heard a lot of good things. But it's going to be interesting on how he responds to a really, what I expect, a really high tempo here tonight.
Welcome everyone back on our 105.9 The X broadcast. We're talking about Pierre-Olivier Joseph there. To your point, Bourque, they have him listed at 6'2", 161 pounds. That's Marcus Pettersson territory, dare I say. And Pettersson's turned out to be a pretty strong defenseman, obviously. So hopefully good things on the horizon for Pierre-Olivier Joseph. As far as the coaches are concerned for tonight's matchup, it will be Mike Sullivan, the head coach of the Penguins, coaching Team Black. Team Gold will be coached by Jacques Martin, which has been status quo throughout this camp. And I think if you're Sullivan, and I guess I can ask you, Bourque, if you're Sullivan, if you're this coaching staff, you saw a little bit more on the compete level, the intensity, some of the emotion in the scrimmage on Monday.
Yeah.
What are you looking for as the games start to get a little bit more realistic in this setting?
I'm looking for execution. I'm looking for speed. I'm looking for physicality. Those are the key things for me. And for Mike Sullivan standing behind the bench, I'm sure there's a little bit of, he wants to kind of get back in that rhythm, back into barking the way he is, and getting involved also. So there's that side of it. But we should also talk about our special referees that we have here.
Referee Mark Recchi, linesman Ty Hennes.
Oh, yeah.
Always nice to have a Hall of Famer on the stripes. All right, Team Black will move right to left across your radio dial. Team Gold going left to right. And we are underway. Thanks for being with us here on this Thursday evening in Cranberry. Puck comes into the Team Gold end. It's picked up by Marcus Pettersson behind the net. He's out there with John Marino to start things off for Team Gold. The Bluger line with Aston Reese and Tanev up front. It's Zucker, Rust, and Malkin for Team Black, with Dumoulin and Letang, the defensemen. As the puck rolls to the near corner of the Team Gold end, now comes behind the net for Pettersson on the far side. Passes forward for Aston Reese. Steers it ahead for Bluger off his skate, picked off by Malkin, and in he comes. Down the left wing, shoots one, save made by Jari point blank. It's picked up to the near side by Aston Reese. Tries to get it out of his own zone, and he does out to center, where Patrick Hornquist collects for Team Black. Feeding Brian Dumoulin up ahead for Jared McCann. Stick checked by Justin Schultz and lose it on the near side. Out to center, it's McCann for Chad Ruedel. Passes for Jared McCann, dropping it back into his own zone for Juuso Riikola, one of those skaters we mentioned making his training camp scrimmage debut here tonight. As Patrick Marleau has it on the near side. He's run into by Evan Rodriguez, scooped up by Hornquist, another player making his debut back in practice yesterday for the Penguins, and skating with McCann and Marleau to begin camp. It's popped on the near side by McCann, intercepted by Connor Sherry. He'll feed it left side for Jake Gensel, knocked away from him, and back goes Team Black. Here's McCann, down the right side, inside out, backhander just wide at the right wing circle. Gensel picks it up in his own zone and feeds it back for John Marino. Marino this year for the Penguins, 26 points, the 4th highest scoring defenseman, but maybe even more impressively, 20 minutes and 15 seconds of time on ice a game. That's also the 4th highest amongst rookie defensemen. So not just putting up points, but high on the responsibility chart as well. Letang for Sam Poulin. First round pick of the Penguins in 2019 as he watches his team come in on the attack. Phil Varone putting it behind the net to the near side. Letang up the near corner looking for Sam Militek as it bounces off his body to Anthony Angelo. He's bumped by Poulin, and out to center it comes. Letang collects there, left side for Militek, hands it off to Poulin. Over the line down the left wing, leaned into by Churchman and knocked to the ice by the defenseman for Team Gold. In the near corner, digging for it is Poulin. He's helped by Malkin, turns it over though, does Malkin to Aston Reese. Chips it up the near side wall, kept in by Malkin. One hands the puck along the blue line shoestring to get it around Angelo. Flips it left side for Zucker. He's over the attacking line, chases the puck to the near corner, run into there by Pettersson. Rust back to the point for Dumoulin out of his reach, and look out, Tanev nearly got around Dumoulin, but good work by Dumoulin to get the puck away from the forward.
Great recovery by Dumoulin there on the speedy Tanev.
Here's Dumoulin in his own zone, 14-10 to play in this first period. No score between Team Gold and Team Black. Intra-Squad scrimmage number 3. If you're listening on 105.9 The X in Pittsburgh, we appreciate you tuning in. If you're watching the stream brought to you by UPMC, we appreciate that as well. Jack Johnson left side for Jake Gensel, flips it forward into the skates of Patrick Hornquist, who skates out of his own zone. Left wing feed for McCann into the attacking zone, left circle, throws one towards the front of the net, nobody home. It bounces to the far side. Battling for it there is Jack Johnson, turns it over in front, McCann steers one on goal and scores! Jared McCann, fortuitous bounce atop the crease, and Team Black up 1.
Those some buttery hands for Jared McCann. I have no idea how he shoveled this baby in. Great job of Juuso Riikola after that shot. Missed the net off the far wall, and Riikola was anticipating that puck, bumped it down the wall to Patrick Hornquist, who threw it in front to Jared McCann. He basically pitchforked it between his legs, got it from the forehand, backhand, in between his legs, and with the toe of his stick, he chipped it past a surprise Tristan Jarry off the post and in. 1-0 Black.
Well, that's good first hand of returns there for that McCann, Hornquist, and Marleau line, converting maybe not the way they envisioned, but Team Black nonetheless up 1-0. Out at center, here's Johnson to the right side for Kevin Churchman. Churchman played in 13 NHL games in his NHL career, all with the New York Islanders. All happened in the 2013-14 season, right when he came out of Lake Superior State. So a guy that had the NHL right in his face right out of college and has not sniffed it since.
He was a Laker.
He was a Laker. Here's John Marino, left wing feed for Adam Johnson, the speedy forward. Centers in front, Angelo shoots and scores! Anthony Angelo off the feed from Johnson, and it's 1-1 just like that.
Holy moly, what a play this is. This is a thing of beauty. Oh, Adam Johnson down the left side. We know he can fly. I didn't know he had the hands of a surgeon like that. What a beautiful saucer pass right on the tape to Angelo, and all he has to do is release it quick. He beats Matt Murray to the glove side, and nobody was more surprised that play was made than Brian Dumoulin, who was right next to Angelo thinking, no way Johnson's going to make this play. Perfect execution there. We're tied at 1.
Team Black looking to go back in front. It's Zucker with a centering pass. That's knocked away from the centering Rust. Picked off by Bluger, right-hand side for Brandon Tanev. Passes back across the left side for Aston Reese. He overskates the puck, loose on the far wall, down low to Tanev, who spins it up the near side wall. Picked up there by Brian Rust, flips it high in the air out to center. It's over the head of Marino on the near wall. Stripped of the puck by Zucker. In over the attacking line to the near circle. Dishes it to the near corner to himself. Now passes far side for Malkin. Up the wall he goes for Chad Ruedel. Throws one on goal. That's deflected up over the net by the stick of Aston Reese and scooped up by Brandon Tanev. Tanev, 11 goals this year for the Penguins in his first season in Pittsburgh, coming over on that 6-year deal as a free agent over a year ago now, last July. Puck rolls into the team black end. Behind the net, it's Riikola, bumped into by Gensel. Picked up there by Ruedel, stripped to the puck though by Sherry for Schultz. A shot at the right circle, and that was blocked off. On the near side wall, it's Riikola. Up ahead for Patrick Hornquist. Right side for Patrick Marleau. Off his stick, scooped up by Schultz, who whips it up the near wall for Jake Gensel. Passes forward for Rodriguez. He's over the line, down the left wing. Rodriguez puts on the brakes at the far wall to the point for Jack Johnson. Wrist shot just wide. Gensel chases after that puck to the near corner. It bounces near wall for Hornquist. Feeds it back down low for Pierre-Olivier Joseph. Pojo, as Borky called him. We'll stick with that. Joseph up ahead, left wing for Marleau. Intercepted by Churchman, and out to center it comes. Picked up by Johnson. In he comes again, right to the high slot. Johnson turns one on goal. It's blocked by Letang. Right side Churchman, down low for Angelo. Tries to spin away from Letang, kicks it to Churchman up the near wall. Feeds the point man Johnson, wrist shot deflected up over the net. That might have been friendly fire on Letang, but it went wide.
Yeah, that hit Chris Letang's stick, the shaft of his stick, and almost went in his own net.
Joseph turns it over to Johnson in the slot. Lafferty whips one just wide from the slot. Behind the net, it's Letang. To the near side for Joseph, pushes it forward for Phil Varone. Ironically enough, came over from Montreal in mid-February in a trade that sent Joe Blandisi, among others, to the Canadiens. Riley Barber, the Pittsburgh product, and Varone coming to Pittsburgh in that deal. Varone with 5 assists in 6 games with Wilkes-Barre after joining the Penguins organization before the AHL paused and eventually canceled the season. Up ahead, it's Malkin down the right side for Jason Zucker. He's bumped into by Schultz, still loose inside the team goal end. Aston Reese digs it out, passes right side for Marino. John Marino flips it ahead for Teddy Bluger through center, now right wing for Tanev. Drops it back for Marino, along the near wall, down low for Bluger. He spins one back towards the point. Tanev dives to try to keep it in. He could not, as it rolled off his stick and out the center. Fires right side, does Tanev for Marino, who pushes it forward for Bluger. Looking back for Marino, now holds it on the near side wall, does Bluger, to the point for Sherry. One touch left circle, Gensel. Hands it off to Marino, into the high slot. Throws one on goal, hit Gensel and didn't get through.
Hurt him, hit the inside of his left knee. And Jake Gensel felt that one.
Stays out there, though, as he watches the puck go by him up the right wing for Patrick Hornquist. He knocks it into the team goal end. 9:11 to play. Fast-moving first period here. 1-1 the score. The goal scorer is McCann for Team Black. Anthony Angelo for Team Gold. Here comes Team Gold. It's Rodriguez to the near corner. Picked off by McCann. Loses control to Sherry. Controlled now by Gensel. Out to the point for Churchman. Off his skate. Intercepted by Joseph. And he'll pass it forward for McCann. Over center red. Flips it deep into the attacking zone. Giving chase there is Hornquist. Pushing it for Marleau. Down low, it's intercepted by Rodriguez. Spins it near side for Jack Johnson. And Johnson will skate out of his own end with 8:35 to go in this first period. Stepping on the ice is Adam Johnson, Anthony Angelo, and Sam Lafferty for Team Gold. They were a part of the lone goal for Team Gold in this game. 1-1 our score. Here's Sam Poulin stripping the puck off Angelo. Gives it to Militek on the near side wall. And now Varone back to the point for Letang. Feeds it back to Varone in the slot. For Militek, back for Letang, skated over the puck, and the other way goes Team Gold. It's Johnson down the left wing into the attacking zone. Far circle, cuts behind the net on the forehand, throws one towards the front of the net. Good stick there by Varone to get it away from Angelo. Angelo behind the net, leaned on by Dumoulin, bumped into a couple of times. As now Letang scoops up the puck, turns it over though to Schultz. Back to the point, Pettersson, he couldn't handle it, and all the way down it goes. Have we had a whistle yet?
I don't think Mark Recchi is allowed to blow the whistle.
Here comes Tanev, back in on the attack. Left side for Bluger, flips it right wing for Aston Reese. It's collected now by Zucker the other way for Team Black. Right wing feed for Rust. He's over the line, has bodies with him. It's Malkin, right circle, in front for Zucker. That was deflected up over the net. Malkin now to the near corner, overskates the puck. He's bumped into by Tanev. Pressuring Bluger is Malkin. The center for Team Gold has the puck, now feeds Churchman, who snaps it right side for Tanev. He'll kick it into the attacking zone, rolls into the near corner. Malkin picks it up there for Team Black and skates out of his own end. Kenny Malkin, 74 points this season. He led the Penguins in that department. As he passes into his own zone for Pojo. On the far wall, Hornquist battling for it with Connor Sherry, loose in front of that Team Gold bench. Now it ricochets to the near side wall where it's collected by John Marino. Left side for Jack Johnson, fires forward through a sea of bodies. It'll roll in on Murray, who settles it behind his own net for Pierre-Olivier Joseph. Right side for Letang, over to the right wing for Hornquist, back for Letang. He finds Joseph, snaps it left side for McCann, the goal scorer for Team Black, as he dumps it into the attacking zone to go for a change. Sherry up the right wing, over the attacking line, cuts behind the net on the backhand, shovels one just wide of the goal as it bounces to the far wall. Rodriguez in the far corner, tosses cross ice, it'll bounce to Schultz at the right wing circle, throws one towards the goal, pad save made by Murray, loose at the side of the net. It's steered wide by Johnson. Here's Lafferty with a wrist or glove save, Murray. That one came from the slot. Puck bounces out to center, Angelo recovers and gets it deep to Pettersson in his own end. Left wing feed for Lafferty, he dances into the attacking zone, hands it off to Angelo, his pass intercepted by Poulin, who passes left side looking for Militek. Comes back to Poulin, who skates out to center. Hoping for Veroni, overskating the puck is the Penguin forward. It's scooped up now by Militek, who lost it over the line. Angelo with it for Team Gold. Backhands it into the attacking end where it's collected by Juuso Riikola.
I think a big reason why we haven't had a whistle, it's just been great pace back and forth. I love the tempo. We've seen a little bit of physicality, but great tempo back and forth.
Brandon Tanev in his own end, passing back for John Marino. He finds Marcus Pettersson to the right side for Tanev. Over the attacking line for Team Gold, into the slot. He's hoping for Bluger, finds him. Now back to the point for Marino. Flips it back down low. It rolls away from Joseph. Poked by Aston Reese, and the centering pass in front for Bluger pops up over the net. Evgeny Malkin through center for Team Black. Sidesteps Bluger into the high slot as he enters the attacking end. On the near wall, passes to Rust atop the near circle. Back across for Joseph. It skipped on him out to center. 4:50 to play here in this first period. 1-1 our score. Team Black, Team Gold. Alongside the old 2-9er Phil Bork, I'm Josh Getzoff. Our live stream brought to you by UPMC. Our broadcast on the radio side on 105.9 The X. Puck comes into the attacking end for Team Gold. It's loose just inside the far circle where it's picked up by Joseph. Down low for Dumoulin. To the right side for Jared McCann. Knocked to the ice by Rodriguez, but picked back up by Brian Dumoulin, who skates out for Team Black. Dumoulin for Hornquist, over the line, right side, wrist shot, shoulder saved by Jari, and he will cover up.
Well, it's a good chance to talk about our sponsor, Shenderovich and Fishman. Injured? Yeah, call the Twins. 888-98-TWINS. They're rated best in America. The fee is only 25%. Others charge 40%. There's never a fee unless they get money for you because they got your back, not your wallet. Shenderovich and Fishman.
Great guys. We'll take a break for you on 105.9 The X right now. We'll be back with the action and stay with you here on the live stream. Staying with you on the live stream, it's Adam Johnson cutting in down the left side. His backhander goes just wide. Back to the point, Schultz unable to control. The other way goes Team Black. Sam Poulin down the left wing, left circle, centers in front, off the reach of Sam Militek as it bounces to the far end. Puck will roll all the way back down into the Team Black territory. It's picked up there by Chad Ruedel. Really fast-moving first period here. 3:40 now to go in the frame. Ruedel, another one of these guys in this Penguins lineup that has made an impact. You figure maybe on the outside looking in with a fully healthy roster to begin the postseason. As a centering front pass in front there for Zucker, goes in the back of the net. Team Black takes the lead back. It is 2-1.
A lot of good things here. Let's start with the outlet pass by Chad Ruedel. It's right on the tape of Evgeny Malkin, who's standing at center ice. It's a bit of a set play. And Gino just directs the puck in the corner softly. So it goes off the 84 Lumber logo to the left of Tristan Jarry. He can't get it because it's outside the trapezoid. First to the puck is Brian Rust. Great play by Rust. As he comes around the net, he spots Zucker in the back door. It's in his feet. And Jason Zucker quickly goes from skate to stick, chips it past the blocker of Tristan Jarry. 2-1 Black.
So Black in front by a score of 2-1. Jason Zucker getting the tally for Team Black. 3:05 to play here in the first period. Teddy Bluger behind his own net, left side for Zach Aston Reese. Flips it right side for John Marino. Passes back across for Aston Reese. At the far circle, he's stick checked by Ruedel. It'll roll into the far corner and played now behind the net. We welcome you back on our broadcast on 105.9 The X. You missed a goal. Jason Zucker has put Team Black up in front 2-1. Back in front of the Team Gold net, it is Jack Johnson with the puck. Skating out of his own end. Right wing feed for Jake Gensel. Passes forward for Evan Rodriguez, who loses control to Hornquist, and there he goes. Down the left wing, Patrick Hornquist on the backhand, shoots one, and a save made by Jari. Loose puck atop the crease. It's dug out by Gensel, who finds Churchman. Up ahead for Rodriguez, dips it back into his own zone for Justin Schultz. And he'll fire right side for Connor Sherry. Sidesteps McCann, Connor Sherry knocked down by Patrick Marleau. Rolls out to center for Schultz, to the right side for Rodriguez, who shovels that over the glass and out of play. Why don't we take one more break real quick, as we owe you that on our Penguins Radio Network on 105.9 The X. And we will stay with you here on the stream.
Well, I love the goal that gave Black their lead back by Jason Zucker. Just a lot of good things there. Evgeny Malkin with the smart play and the redirect, and Brian Rust using his speed to get first on the puck and then protecting the puck with his body and hanging on to the very last second when he spotted Jason Zucker, and Zucker showing some buttery hands to find that puck out of his feet and chip it past the blocker of Tristan Jarry.
Minute 45 to go in this first period. Team Black 2, Team Gold 1. That goal by Zucker that Borky just mentioned, the difference right now, as Kevin Churchman flips it into the attacking zone. It'll roll to the near side for Team Gold, picked up there by Anthony Angelo. Tries to scoot towards the front of the net, couldn't control the puck. It bounces to the near wall for Phil Varone. Fires forward for Sam Militek, up the left wing, enters the attacking zones, turns at the near circle. Militek tries to push it down low. It'll roll behind the net for Jack Johnson. Fires up the left wing for Adam Johnson. Poked out to center by Angelo, collected there by Rust. Left side for Brian Dumoulin. He's over the line, flipping it into the slot area, collected by Zucker into the near corner. Jason Zucker chips it back down low. It'll roll behind the net into the far corner. Aston Reese digging for it there. He chops it out to center with a minute to go in this first period. Brian Dumoulin with it for Team Black, flipping it high in the air into the attacking zone. It rolls behind the net for Jack Johnson. He loses control to Malkin. Johnson gets it back, flips it out to center. Welcome back to our broadcast on 105.9 The X as the puck comes back into Team Black territory. Here's Rust passing forward for Malkin. Rolls off his skate to Teddy Bluger. And now Aston Reese to the right side for Brandon Tanev. Over the attacking line into the slot. Tanev curling around in the attacking zone to the far wall. Brandon Tanev now spins back to the point for Churchman. 20 seconds to go in the period. A shot from Churchman blocked by Joseph. McCann flips it out to center, out of the reach of Marleau. It's settled by Jarry at the side of his net, who snaps it back out to the neutral ice area. McCann for Hornquist in front of his own bench, flips it softly towards the line and just inside Team Gold territory. Churchman picks it up there, and that'll do it for the first period of play. So incredible pace for the first 17 minutes. I think we expected that, Borky, with 3 full lines on each team. You had the 5 defensemen on each team, a little bit more players for each team at their disposal, and a 2-1 score for Team Black.
Yeah, we kind of had it all. Everything I was hoping for. You got the tempo, the young guys looked good, and we had 3 goals in that period. All 3 of them were of a pretty fashion, no clunkers. And I didn't think the goaltenders were tested that much, but I just love the pace.
Well, we have some content for you in the intermissions to keep you occupied before we come back for the second period. On the radio side, we'll stay with you, or I'll stay with you here on 105.9 The X, and maybe we'll tweet the old 2-9er during the second intermission if people are feeling that. We'll gauge it by your tweets, so get them in at Penguins Live, and we might do that during the second intermission here tonight. So stay tuned for some content from Pens TV coming your way, and I'll be back with you after these messages on the Penguins Radio Network.
This is our arena. This is why we train and train and train. Why we suit up. This is game day every day. Our opponents are the toughest out there, but we take on tough. Rise beyond the challenge, because when it's all on the line, we're on call. This is our team and yours. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Homes are built out of expectations, like the expectation that they'll keep your family happy, comfy, safe, and snug. Well, we think you should expect a better way to find yours, with network agents more interested in relationships than transactions, who have the expertise and tools to ease your way from the butterflies all the way to the smiles and high fives. That's Home Services. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services.
This time tomorrow, where will we be?
Day trips are better than daydreams. Experience the adventure of a bigger world in a highly capable Lexus SUV. Visit your local Lexus dealer in person or online for exceptional offers at the Golden Opportunity Sales event. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hey, Pens fans, welcome back to 5 Questions with Mike Sullivan. I'm Phil Bork from the Penguins Radio Network. And Sully, I knew you were a big deal. I just didn't know how big of a deal you are. You got us an incredible partner, Chick-fil-A, man. Chick-fil-A is our new partner for this segment. It's blowing up, man, and I got to thank you for that. My belly thanks you for the spicy chicken sandwich, too.
Oh, I'm a big fan of that spicy chicken sandwich. Chick-fil-A is one of the favorites in my household with my kids. They go there all the time, and so I'm glad you were able to get a nice lunch out of this, Phil.
And so with baseball season right around the corner, going to throw you a little bit of a curveball here. And instead of 5 questions, the kids were so cute, we're going to go with 6.
Sure, no problem.
Here we go. Question 1. It comes from 5-year-old Anthony. Here it is. Go, Anthony.
Coach Sullivan, who was your favorite hockey fan when you were little?
That's a great question, Anthony. When I was little, I grew up in the Boston area, and I was a huge Boston Bruins fan. And I had 2 favorites. They were both center icemen. You probably won't know them, but maybe your parents will. The first guy was Greg Shepard, who I was a big fan of. I thought he was a real good center iceman for the Bruins when I was growing up. And the other guy was Jean Rattel, who was a real crafty center iceman as well. That was one of the best players for the Bruins when I was your age.
Question 2, Sully. This one comes from 5.5-year-old Annabelle. Go, Annabelle.
Hi, how did you make the ice that they skate on?
Well, Annabelle, that's probably a better question for the guys that work at PPG Paints Arena than it is for me. But I know it's a pretty detailed process where they go through, where they have fire hoses out there, and it all starts with water, as ice always does. But there's layers of it, and how they go about it, and how they paint the lines on the ice. It's really an interesting process on what they go through to try to create the ideal ice for our guys to skate on. Our guys at PPG Paints do a terrific job.
Question 3, Sal. This one comes from 8-year-old Leo. Leo, you're up.
Hi, Coach Sullivan. What is the coolest goal you ever scored?
Oh, Leo, I'm going to have to rack my brain for that one. There weren't a whole lot of them, but what I will tell you is this: one of the years when I was playing for the Calgary Flames and I was in the playoffs playing against my former team, the San Jose Sharks, I scored a hat trick in the playoffs, and that was one of the most memorable moments that I had as an NHL player. And so I don't know if there's any one particular goal that jumps out, but that hat trick I still remember vividly to this day.
Coach, question 4 comes from 9-year-old Parker. You're up, Parker.
Hi, Coach Sully. If you could go back in time to any sporting event in history, what would it be?
Well, if I had to go back in time for any sporting event, I think it would be the Miracle on Ice in 1980. That was a real memorable moment for me when I was a kid, and boy, was that a lot of fun to watch and relive through our street hockey games on the street when we were pretending to be some of the players on that U.S. Olympic team.
Question 5, Sal, comes from 9-year-old Allie. Go ahead, Allie.
Hi, Coach Sullivan. I want to know what's your favorite memory in coaching the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Well, that's an easy one for me, Allie. It would have to be the back-to-back Stanley Cups. And, they were both very different moments. The first one we won in 2016 was such a great moment for our whole hockey team. But personally, myself, That's something that I'll never forget. That's the first Stanley Cup that I've ever won. And then in 2017, to be able to do it back to back with almost the same team was quite a thrill. So those are two moments that I relive a whole lot in the summertime when I have some downtime and have an opportunity to reflect on my time here in Pittsburgh. But two great moments that I will cherish for as long as I live.
Coach, here's your bonus question. Question 6, and it comes from 6-year-old Blake.
Hi, Coach Sullivan. How do you feel about this year's playoff format?
Well, Blake, I'm excited about this year's playoff format. And as I say to our players all the time, we have an opportunity to compete for the Stanley Cup. And that excites me. It excites our players. We really don't care what the format is. We just want to know where to go and what the rules are, and let's drop the puck and play. So we're really excited about the opportunity that we have ahead of us. We're thrilled with the group of players that we have. We've got a fairly healthy group here for the first time all season long, and we're really looking forward to this opportunity. We understand how difficult it is to win this trophy, but we're excited about the opportunity that we have. We're getting ready to go to Toronto here and start competing, and we can't wait till the puck drops.
Well, so as you know, this whole city's behind you, and obviously a lot of young boys and girls, future hockey players, future fans are all behind you too. Safe travels to Toronto, and hopefully we can talk to you when you're in the bubble. Good luck.
All right, Phil. Sounds great. Thanks for having me here.
Pittsburgh Commercial Construction specializes in a variety of construction services throughout Western Pennsylvania. As your general contractor or project management partner, you can trust Pitcom to be on schedule and on budget. Pitcom superintendents oversee every phase of your project, ensuring quality work and accountability. So if office, retail, or facility renovation is in your future, make the call that will make the difference. Make it Pitcom.
Two towers of power, sultans of strength, captains of capability. Meeting at center ice for the first time. One, the best-selling lineup of trucks in America. The other, a gritty rookie named Ranger. This one is going to be good. Ladies and gentlemen, the official trucks of the Pittsburgh Penguins have just entered the building.
Middle, Malkin has a chance, fires, he scores! Puck walks out, feet across, score! It's Malkin again! Malkin towards the goal, behind the back pass, a chance, Rusty scores!
Malkin puts a move on Carlson, walks in and scores! A spectacular goal!
Back in front, Malkin, he scores!
Your Western Pennsylvania Honda dealers have a Honda built just for you. Like the family-friendly Accord with its award-winning history. Or maybe the sporty yet sophisticated Honda Civic is a perfect fit for you. Your Western Pennsylvania Honda dealers have them all. Check out all the latest offers from Honda on a new Accord or on a stylish new Civic. Always a great selection. Your Honda is waiting for you at your Western Pennsylvania Honda dealers.
It started with a road trip. Huntington bankers into the American Midwest, where we met Jason and his jars. The new bike jar, the vacation jar, every day a little closer to his goals. Which gave us an idea. What if we could set up digital jars inside his accounts? So, we built it for him. Why? Because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
How do you know you can trust PPG Paint? Because the proof is all around you. It covers the buildings you work in, and the offices you work from, the planes you fly in, and the homes you return to. With over 135 years of innovative solutions for any paint project, you can trust the paint that's all around you. Paint with PPG.
Picked by Russ. He scores! It's over! Bentley, all good look. Goes to the front. Works across. Russ right there. He scores! From Russ. He scores! Brian Russ!
Here tonight in the building, and great to be back with you on that live stream, again brought to you by UPMC. Well, for everyone out there, we got about 3 minutes until this next period is going to start. Big bit of news as far as the NHL is concerned today. We've known for a couple of seasons now there will be another team joining the league, the 32nd franchise in Seattle, and now we know what they're called. We know what their uniforms will look like. We knew what their color scheme is going to look like, and we now know the Seattle Kraken. Borky, what are your thoughts?
I love it.
Me too.
I love it. I love one of their jerseys is going to have the Space Needle involved in it. I love the color scheme, you know, where the color of blue, more of an aquamarine blue, to remind you of where they are. It's going to be great. You know, former Penguin Ronnie Francis steering the ship there, if you will, for the Kraken.
I like it.
Ricky Olczyk, Eddie Olczyk's brother, is the assistant general manager. They haven't named the head coach. That's going to be interesting. But, you know, they're crazy for hockey up there in Seattle. They've had a junior team in the Western Hockey League, and they've had great attendance there. When the league needed them to get a certain amount of season ticket holders, bam, they sold them out in like 12 minutes. It's going to be a great rivalry between the Kraken and the Vancouver Canucks. That's going to be fun. Just a quick, I wonder if they'll ever take the ferry over.
That would be awesome. I was thinking about that today, because you can.
Because when I retired, quick story, Josh.
Yeah, go ahead.
I bought a motorhome. You know?
Oh, yeah.
The ones you drive. And I was out in the West Coast. I drove up PCH up to Seattle.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I put it on a ferry, and I took it over to Vancouver. Ended up going to Vancouver Island, went bungee jumping. I'm getting a little long in the story here. But it was an easy, I want to say maybe it was an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most, an easy ferry ride from Seattle over to Vancouver.
Yeah, that's it's one of those dynamics that you've had in the Northeast in a different situation where teams sometimes taking the trains when they're close, like New York and Washington and stuff like that. That'd be cool to bring the ferry into it, and I love it personally. I'm with you. I think that the logo is sharp, the sweaters look sharp, and they're going to be in another interesting team to watch, because we all know how Vegas was able to take advantage of their situation. And with this salary cap not changing, you would assume that Seattle will also be in an opportunity to take advantage of having the chance to snag some pretty strong players to build that inaugural roster in a couple seasons.
Yeah, not the season that's going to start in December, the 2021 season. It's the 21-22 season. That'll be the 32nd team, 16 in the East, 16 in the West. And yeah, I mean, everybody's talking, hey, Ronnie, the bar's been set high by the Vegas Golden Knights and what they did getting to the Stanley Cup final in their first year of existence. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that was just a 1 in a million type of scenario. But yeah, there's still a little bit of pressure to come out of the gate, and I'm sure he's going to field a pretty good team with all the players that are going to be available.
So welcome to the National Hockey League, Seattle Kraken, starting again, as Borky mentioned, in the 2021-2022 season. We're still finishing up the 2019-2020 season. Penguins closing in on a return to action next Tuesday against Philadelphia, 4 o'clock. That'll be an exhibition game, the only exhibition game. We will have that broadcast for you. Extended pregame, extended postgame, all beginning on Tuesday. Again, the puck drops Pens and Flyers from Toronto at 4 p.m. And then that game 1 against the Montreal Canadiens in the qualifying round a week from this Saturday, 8 o'clock, just like every game the rest of the way on the Penguins Radio Network, 105.9 The X. And we're back underway here in this second period of play. Team Gold moving right to left, Team Black moving left to right. It's Zucker, Rust, and Malkin out there for Team Black. Bluger, Aston Reese, and Tanev for Team Gold. Pedersen to the near side for Aston Reese, who chips it out to center. It'll roll back into the Team Black territory. Collected there by Dumoulin. Swoops behind the net. On the forehand, passes ahead for Rust. He chops it right side for Chris Letang. Swats it out to center for Zucker. Puck goes off his stick into the Team Gold end. Marino controls there. Tosses left wing for Aston Reese. A right wing feed off the body of Malkin. Rolls in on Dumoulin, who fires forward for Zucker. He'll spin it right side for Malkin. Over the line. Into the slot. Drops it back. Intercepted by Sherry. Passes forward for Gensel. Couldn't handle it. It'll roll in on Matt Murray, who skips it off the end wall to the far side. Run into by Evan Rodriguez, who loses the puck to Marlowe. He's now stripped of it by Sherry. Into the slot. Sherry tries to pass, lost it in his skates. Puck comes loose the other direction. Here comes Marlowe. Down the right wing as McCann cutting. Marlowe stops, puts it down low for McCann. He's poke checked by Schultz. Up the near side wall, it's Marlowe. Into the right circle, Hornquist on the forehand. Shoots one, and a glove save made by Tristan Jarry through traffic.
A lot of cycling there by this Marlowe, Hornquist, and Jared McCann line. Inject some defensemen in there also, and Juuso Riikola and Chad Ruedel. Good shot by Hornquist, better save by Tristan Jarry.
Face off to Jarry's left. Comes over to Connor Sherry off the draw, flips it out to center. Picked up by Chad Ruedel, swats it on the far wall for Juuso Riikola. Rolls to Jake Gensel. He'll pass back to the point for Johnson. Far side Schultz, poke check, nearly lost it, now does to McCann. Fires forward for Marlowe, he's over the line. Drops it for Hornquist, in the slot, right circle. Rister getting a stick on that as Johnson. Up into the netting it goes.
That's just a cagey veteran play by Jack Johnson. He allowed Patrick Hornquist to get half a step on him. And sometimes you let that player feel a little bit of comfort, and just when he's about to pull the trigger, instead of trying to gap up on him, you know if I gap up on him, he's already moving in a forward direction. He might just gap with me and then bounce off me and be free. I'll let him have that space, and then at the last second when he's going to pull the trigger, I'll get stick on puck.
Jack Johnson led the Pens with 97 block shots this year as we welcome you back to our broadcast on 105.9 The X. And thank everyone for tuning into our stream brought to you by UPMC. All replays you see on that stream tonight come to you courtesy of PNC Wealth Management. We've seen a few of them already. 3 goals, Team Black in front 2-1. Adam Johnson with a shot off the outside of the net, played at the center point by John Marino, who plays it back down low. Intercepted by Letang into the skates of Militek. One touch to Poulin, who gets it back to Militek. He'll play it out to center. Collected there by Kevin Churchman. Deeper into his own zone. 2.5 minutes gone in this second period. 2-1 our score, Team Black in front. Marino, left side for Churchman. Out through center, skips it ahead for Brandon Tanev. Intercepted by Zucker. He'll pass for Malkin, who curls back in his own zone. Evgeny Malkin, left wing feed for Chad Ruedel. He's bumped there by Marcus Pedersen. It's now rolling back out to center, where it's controlled by Chris Letang. He'll hand it off to Malkin. Malkin to the far side for Rust, hands it off to Zucker. Into the slot, Ruedel sidesteps Tanev, shoots one just wide. Comes to the far end, picked up now by Dumoulin. For Malkin, one touch pass to Dumoulin, walks the blue line, passes in tight quarters to Rust. It rolls off his stick to the far wall. Rust chopping it back to the point for Dumoulin. At the right side, Ruedel, wrist shot, and that's stopped by Jarry, standing up the whole way. He hangs on.
Oh, a lot of good things there between Malkin, Rust, Brian Dumoulin, forming a triangle, little 6-foot passes, tape to tape, and really had the Bluger line on the run there. And Chad Ruedel didn't have many options. He was standing still at the right point. He was looking for something to come off the equipment of Tristan Jarry.
Puck rolls to the far corner off the draw. It's picked up by Hornquist. He hands it off to Marlowe. Back over to Hornquist. Passes for Ruedel at the right circle. Works towards the net. Shoots one. Getting a stick on that was Jarry.
That hit the knob of Tristan Jarry's stick just over his blocker.
Jack Johnson out of his own end. Left wing feed for Rodriguez. Gains the line. Hands it off to Sherry. Flips it back down low, picked up by Gensel. Centers in front, Rodriguez couldn't catch it. It bounced off a body, but kept in. Good stick by Schultz. In comes Team Gold. It's Rodriguez left circle, shoots one, saved by Murray atop his crease, and he hangs on.
Matt Murray looking big, looking real big. He delayed the time, he went down in this butterfly, and Evan Rodriguez we had a perfect line right in behind Rodriguez, and all he could see was this big monster in a black jersey named Matt Murray.
Let's take a break on our Penguins Radio Network. Stay with you here on the live stream. 105.9 The X is where you're listening in Pittsburgh. Face off to the right of Matt Murray. It's collected by Juuso Riikola. He'll pass left side for Sam Poulin. Kicks it out of his skates on the far wall, run into by Anthony Angelo. Centers in front, shooting one is Lafferty, and that's stopped again by Matt Murray. A little deeper in his crease that time, Borky, but still good in making the save.
Hey, Josh, our newest Penguins partner, Agway Energy, well, they're back at it again with another exciting offer. When the Pens fans sign up to become a new customer, they will receive a good-looking Penguin ball cap on top of the peace of mind repair protection delivered through their Energy Guard program. Go to agwayenergy.com/penguinsgear now for all the information and claim your Penguins hat. That's agwayenergy.com/penguinsgear.
Off the draw, shot from Pettersson off the glove of Murray and wide. It rolls to the far wall. Joseph left side for Poulin, out to center. Phil Varone scoops it up there for Team Black. He'll knock it into the attacking zone. Varone, 97 NHL games under his belt with Ottawa, Buffalo, and Philadelphia. Put up 17 points in that span. Here's Sam Poulin as the puck bounces over his stick, rolls into the team gold end. On the near side wall, it's Tanev. Bounces off his stick into the near corner. Churchman down low for Pettersson, spins away from a check there, and it bounces to the near wall. Digging after that is Tanev. A couple of bodies come together in the near corner, scooped out by Bluger. He'll pass for Churchman, who leads the charge out of the zone and flips it all the way down. Icing there as we welcome you back onto our broadcast here on 105.9 The X.
Yeah, Kevin Churchman got too much on that, ended up icing the puck. What he wanted to do was bank it off the wall and have Zach Aston Reese collect it off the wall, but just a little bit too much juice on that one by Churchman.
First time the officials tonight have blown the whistle, so they get to earn their paycheck, I guess, a bit on that one. Tyen is Mark Recchi. Tyen is our linesman, Mark Recchi, with the stripes on tonight. The orange armband throwback.
We got to get one penalty, don't we?
I
At
feel
least
like
one.
For the sake of a penalty shot, we kind of need one, right? Here's Rust back towards the point. That's out of the reach of Letang. He'll get on his horse to go all the way back down to the Team Black end to get the puck. 11:25 to go in this second period. All the goals coming in the first frame. It's Team Black 2, Team Gold 1. Jared McCann, Jason Zucker scoring for Team Black. Anthony Angelo for Team Gold. Team Black in the attacking zone. It's Letang up the far side wall. Couldn't quite get it around a couple of Team Gold bodies there, as now Evan Rodriguez plays it behind the net for Tristan Jarry. He's out of his cage, hands it off to Marino, swatted up the wall by Sherry out to center. Juuso Riikola picking it up for Team Black, far side for Marlowe, bounces off his stick out to center. Sherry, left side for Gensel over the attacking line in the far circle, centers in front. Rodriguez couldn't get a shot off on the backhand. It's Gensel, stick check by Ruedel, stays with it though. Jake Gensel now stripped of the puck by Ruedel. Nice work in tight by the defenseman to get it to Hornquist and eventually chop it out to center. Puck rolling on its side, chased after by Marlowe. He's bumped into by Schultz, who gets the puck and knocks it back into the Team Black end. Jared McCann, poke checked at center by Rodriguez. 3-on-2 if Team Gold hurries. It's Johnson, left wing, curls drag, shoots one off the post. Nice move in tight by Johnson, but he found iron. Now Pettersson, down low for Johnson. Adam Johnson looking like he has a jump in his step here tonight.
Yeah, I want to get back to that play for Adam Johnson. Is a beautiful pass by Evan Rodriguez. Johnson looked on the 2-on-1, made the right play to put it at the cage, just couldn't beat the iron.
Lafferty putting it down low for Johnson. He's leaned on by Ruedel, staying with the puck though. Chips it down low for the big body Anthony Angelo, who dances around Riikola. Centers in front, and shooting that one wide was Lafferty. Back to the point, Lafferty out of the reach of Johnson. Militek racing after that puck. He's crashed into by Pettersson as Johnson skates the other way. Leading the charge in the slot for Angelo to the forehand. Tries to shoot, couldn't get the shot off. Comes back to the point for Johnson. Varone intercepts and ahead to Sam Poulin. Clean on a breakaway on the forehand. Shoots one and maybe getting a piece was Jarry. It's picked back up by Poulin. Left side for Militek. His snapper sails up over the net. To the right side, Letang fires cross ice for Militek. Backhands it to the point for Joseph. On the forehand, a wrist shot, hit a body, didn't get through. Collected by Adam Johnson. He's been out there a while, lifts that one into his own bench, and that'll allow us to take a break on 105.9 The X.
Also good opportunities for the black team. Samuel Poulin with a clear-cut breakaway. You know, the puck wouldn't sit down for Poulin at the beginning, and he kept skating faster. He had lots of time to settle it down, maybe hit the brakes a little bit, calm down, because next thing you know, by the time it settled down and he kept his speed, he was right on top of Tristan Jarry. He couldn't even make a move because he was in on Jarry so much, and letting the wrister go and put it wide.
Just got to look at the PNC Wealth Management replay right there. They're bringing us all our replays here tonight on the live stream, so thanks to them for lending their help. Pierre-Olivier Joseph in his own zone, holding the puck on the far wall. He's bumped there by Bluger. It comes up for Zucker. As the center in front rolls right to the stick of Chris Letang, who will push it forward for Rust. He's bumped into by Schultz. Rust gets it back. Fans on a pass. Letang there, turns it over to Tanev. Races towards the goal on the backhand. Making a save was Murray. The rebound, they score. It's Teddy Bluger finding that loose puck and putting it past Murray. We are tied again, this time at 2.
Oh, that's some good hands right there by Teddy Bluger to sniff that baby out. Find the loose puck. He knew there was nobody right around him, so he had a second to get it on the backhand and find a hole, and Matt Murray just couldn't get set. He went out for the poke check, and then once he reeled the poke check back in, he never really got himself set again, and Teddy Bluger with some buttery hands is able to shovel that backhand past the surprise Matt Murray. We're all knotted up at 2.
Here's Jake Gensel through center down the left wing. Drops it for Rodriguez. He's knocked down as the puck is scooped up by Ruedel. Passes forward for Marlowe. Stick checked as Marlowe by Pedersen. Now Ruedel back in his own end. As we welcome you back on 105.9 The X. Unfortunately, you missed another goal. Teddy Bluger finding the back of the net. So both teams have scored while you've been gone, which at least is keeping it fair. 2-2 our score. Jake Gensel out at center, flipping it deep into the team black end. It rolls to the far side. Scooped up there by Juuso Riikola. He'll pass right side for Phil Varone. Chips it into the attacking zone. It comes deeper now for Kevin Churchman. Looking for the puck in his own skates. It bounces near wall. Collected by Joseph, right side for Riikola. He'll backhand it up the near wall for Sam Poulin, who lets the defenseman Riikola now skate past him and put it behind the net. Battling for it there is Sam Militek. Finished up his second pro season this year in Wilkes-Barre Scranton after 3 years in the OHL. London and Niagara. Chance in front for Team Gold. Point blank for Angelo. Stopped by Murray.
What a pass by Adam Johnson. The spinorama backhand right on the tape of Angelo. I think Angelo was surprised that Johnson got him that puck. Tried to go 5-hole on Matt Murray. And Matt Murray shut it down.
Puck comes into the team black end and a whistle stops play, so we'll reset for a faceoff.
This kid line has looked pretty good.
They have. Had some jump in their step.
Adam Johnson, no surprise. We know Adam Johnson's game. It's all based off of speed, and his legs can create the offense. And Anthony Angelo spent a little time with the Pittsburgh Penguins. We know he's a big, strapping right winger. And all he has to do is go to the net when you're playing with a guy like Johnson, and he'll get his chances.
Adam Johnson, one of the great early season stories for the Penguins from Grand Prairie, Minnesota, scores his first NHL goal in Minnesota against the Wild early in the season. Here comes Team Black. It's Rust down the right wing. Cross ice feed for Malkin. Back to the point. Dumoulin shoots one, and a stick save made by Jarry to the near corner. Letang drives one back towards the net. It rolls wide of the cage. Scooped up by Letang, or Rust rather, to Letang, who snaps one off his stick to the far end. Churchman behind the net. Pokes it up the near wall for Bluger, tries to steer it towards the line. Letang was pinching there and kept it alive. It rolls out the center for Brian Dumoulin. Passes ahead for Malkin, left wing feed for Zucker. Hands it back off to Malkin, who motors in down the left wing. Puts on the brakes on the far wall, cross ice feed looking for Zucker. It's played now by Letang for Zucker in that far corner. Handed off to Malkin towards the top of the crease. Zucker digging for it, a couple cracks at it, stopped twice by Jarry point blank. And the other way goes Team Gold. Here's Tanev over the line. Tanev slowing things down for Team Gold. Looks like Team Black wanted a call there.
And Tanev, there was no call. play on here. And Brandon Tanev knew he was so far offside here. Just let me give it to Matt Murray. We'll hit the reset button. Play on, boys.
The courtesy dump in from Zach Aston-Reese. Team Black at the other end of the ice looking to take the lead back. 5:20 to go here in this second period. Hornquist knocked away from him as Evan Rodriguez scoops it up for team goal. Plays it back for the defenseman Marino. He sidesteps Hornquist, passes ahead for Rodriguez, rolls off his stick. Ruido intercepts but turns it over to Gensel. Left circle, cross ice feed. Sherry shoots and scores! Connor Sherry off the turnover, and Team Gold in front for the first time tonight. It's 3-2.
Oh, they made that look easy, didn't they? Beautiful play by Jake Gensel. Gets the puck on the left side of the ice in the offensive zone. He sells shot to Matt Murray. Gets Matt Murray to lock in. Has to respect the shot of Jake Gensel. And beautiful pass right into the wheelhouse for the one-timer by Connor Sherry. And he beats Matt Murray to the left side, glove side. And Gold's up 3-2.
Hornquist pass off a skate, picked back off by Sherry. Down low for Gensel as he comes looking for more for Team Gold. Back to the point he goes for John Marino, right side. Wrister, and a save made through traffic by Murray. It's knocked out the center by Patty Marleau and picked up by John Marino. Over the Penguin logo at center. Gains the left wing side of the attacking zone, tosses one wide of the net. In the far corner, it's Angelo handing it off to Gensel. Gensel up the far wall, knocked off the puck. Played by Hornquist out to center, where Jack Johnson collects for Team Gold. Up ahead for Anthony Angelo, one of the 3 goal scorers for Team Gold, who's up 3-2 here with 4:15 to go in this second period. Adam Johnson down the left wing, slowly entering the zone, centers cross ice for Lafferty. He'll play it back to the point for Jack Johnson, who shovels it on the backhand behind the net for Angelo. Off the outside of the cage for Johnson. Works up the right wing wall to the point. Lafferty shoots one. Glove save by Murray, and he hangs on.
These guys are flying.
Yeah, they are.
Lafferty, Angelo, Adam Johnson shaking and baking. Angelo banking it off the back of the net.
Feeling it.
He is really feeling it. And the one-timer by Sam Lafferty. No traffic in front. Easily gloved by Matt Murray.
So 3:53 to go here in this second period. If you're joining us on our live stream presented by UPMC, we appreciate you spending your Thursday evening with us. And if you're on our first broadcast back on the flagship home of the Pens, 105.9 The X in Pittsburgh, we thank you for tuning in there as well. I believe you can also get that on the iHeartRadio app if you are not in Pittsburgh and want to hear the call on the radio side.
Chris Letang going for a Murphy dump. No too much on it. We'll have icing. Face-off will come to the right of Matt Murray.
It'll be Brandon Tanev, Teddy Bluger, Zach Aston-Reese out there for Team Gold. Evgeny Malkin with Brian Rust and Jason Zucker opposite them for Team Black. Malkin plays it behind the net for Joseph. On the near side, it's Bluger intercepting to the point for Schultz. He finds Tanev. Off a skate and look out. A breakaway for Evgeny Malkin. If he can get there first, he does not. Beaten to the puck by Tristan Jarry. Malkin crashes into the end wall. He looks no worse for wear. As the other way goes Team Gold. Here's Tanev, back for Churchman, fresh on the ice, being pressured by Malkin and run into the wall by Evgeny Malkin. As Bluger goes back to the slot for Johnson, he drifts to the left point. Jack Johnson pokes it back down low. Joseph goes through a couple of bodies there with the puck on his stick, able to feed it right side for Brian Rust. Rust up ahead for Zucker, sidesteps Jack Johnson. He's in the attacking zone, comes Jason Zucker. Down the right side, curls, cross ice feed for Ruido. Puts it in the slot for Hornquist with a shot that went up over the net. Hornquist gets the puck back to the point now for Dumoulin. Works along the far wall. Brian Dumoulin enters deeper into the zone. In front, a centering pass for McCann. He fired wide. Now Dumoulin back to the point for Marleau. At the left circle, McCann drops it back for Ruido. Hesitates at the left circle. Shoots one. Didn't get through. It got blocked. Now Marleau stuff attempt. He scores. He got a bounce, but he'll take it. Patrick Marleau puts it off the body of Kevin Churchman and in, and we are tied at 3.
KG veteran move there by Patrick Marleau. Oh. But a lot of good things before that. A lot of good puck movement. You had Brian Dumoulin jumping up on the play, creating offense down below the goal line. Chad Ruido in the play, Jared McCann in the play. And Patrick Marleau corrals a puck in behind the goal, knowing that Tristan Jarry was looking to his right. Patrick Marleau coming around the other way in the wraparound, and Kevin Churchman trying to get back. I think it does go off a Churchman skate. and maybe off of the skate of Tristan Jarry off the post and trickles into the goal. We're tied at 3.
Well, we're getting what we wanted. A tight game, back and forth action, and an unbelievable pace here so far in Cranberry. 2 minutes to go exactly in this second period, 3-3. Chad Ruido in his own end. He'll feed it to the left side for Brian Dumoulin. Snaps it ahead for Patrick Hornquist, who deflects it deeper into the attacking zone on the right side. Hands it off for Jared McCann. He's knocked down by Gensel. Tries to go back to the point. That was intercepted by Rodriguez, and out comes team goal. Sherry through center, left side for Gensel. Bounces off his stick to Poulin. Steers it forward for McCann. He enters the attacking end at a slot on the forehand. Left-handed shot, now whips it deep into the zone. It'll rotate to the near wall. Picked up by Poulin. He's run into by Gensel. And now Johnson for Schultz. Left side for Jake Gensel. Through the neutral zone area, slaps it into the attacking end. It'll bounce to the far wall where it's controlled there by Angelo. Now losing control to Veroni. He finds Joseph from Militech. One touch pass to Ricola. Tough area there. He's run into by Lafferty in the far wall. Joseph now recovers, but his pass off the body of Johnson kept alive by team goal. This line clicking again. Here's Lafferty in front. Johnson puts it up over the net, into the netting, and out of play.
A tough turnover by P.O. Joseph, and the quick counterattack by this line. Boy, Sam Lafferty setting up Adam Johnson. They had a wide open net. The only problem for Johnson, it was a rolling puck, and he knew the long leg of Matt Murray was there, and he tried to elevate the puck. He just got too much on it. Put it up over the cage into the screen.
51 seconds to go in this second period. Had a trio of goals in this frame. 3-3 our score. Evgeny Malkin for Jason Zucker. One touch for Brian Rust. He's out to center. 27 goals this year for 17 in black. Career highs all across the board for the winger. Brian Dumoulin, center point, wrist shot. There goes just wide. Here's Malkin on the far wall. On the backhand, being pressured, keeps the puck alive. 27 seconds left in the period. A shot is blockered aside by Jarry. It comes for Zucker. Centering pass, paddled away by Jarry. Collected now by Jack Johnson. Right side for Aston Reese. He's over the line, plays it back for Bluger into the body of Aston Reese. Chops at it. It sits just inside the line where Rust collects for Team Black. 8 seconds to go in the period. He fires forward for Jason Zucker. It goes off his stick behind the net where it's collected by Churchman, and that will do it for the second period of play. So as I mentioned, 3 more goals in that period. Bluger and Sherry for Team White, Marlowe for Team Black, and we're all square after 2.
Well, again, good pace here. I don't see it really slowing down. Some pretty goals, some more physicality, everything we wanted to see.
Well, maybe we can tweet the old 2-9er, because that might be what people want to hear. So if you have some tweets, we recommend that you go on Twitter right now, tweet us at Penguins Live. Use the hashtag Penguins Live. We will start to scour that Twitterverse. And during this second intermission, for the first time in over 4 months, we're going to tweet the old 2-9er. We also have some Pens TV content coming your way on the stream as well, so be sure to stay tuned for that. We're going to take a break on both our stream and 105.9 The X right now. 3-3 after 2.
This is our arena. This is why we train and train and train. Why we suit up. This is game day every day. Our opponents are the toughest out there, but we take on tough. Rise beyond the challenge. Because when it's all on the line, we're on call. This is our team and yours. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Homes are built out of expectations, like the expectation that they'll keep your family happy, comfy, safe, and snug. Well, we think you should expect a better way to find yours, with network agents more interested in relationships than transactions, who have the expertise and tools to ease your way from the butterflies all the way to the smiles and high fives. That's Home Services. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services.
2 towers of power. Sultans of strength, captains of capability. Meeting at center ice for the first time. One, the best-selling lineup of trucks in America. The other, a gritty rookie named Ranger. This one is going to be good. Ladies and gentlemen, The official trucks of the Pittsburgh Penguins have just entered the building.
We changed the makeup of our team. It's the 3 new guys that we brought in. They were so excited they were coming through the phone. They bring that excitement to training camp and to our room every day throughout the year. That's what we were looking for.
All right, right here to me. We've got some new people this year, so we're going to try to explore it and see if we can get all you guys involved. That's going to be one of our challenges. That's it, that's it. Yeah! Nice play. Speed, speed.
Yep. Hey, morning. See my goal?
That's a good shot.
Well, it is time for preseason action to get underway for the Penguins.
We have such a deep team. Anybody can play with anybody, and no matter the scenario or anything like that, it's been good. You know, the organization's unbelievable. You know, nothing but good things.
Next interview day in the spring, Jim suggested the group at that time was maybe too content. Do you feel that the group now is past that?
You know, there's a nice feeling around the team right now. I think everyone is excited about the possibilities and the opportunity that we have in front of us. But that's all it is at this point, is an opportunity. Your actions have to speak, and as long as we push the bar, then I think that this team is capable of doing some real good things.
Sticks down, puck down, the hockey season is underway. The Penguins have 4 games and 6 nights here. This is going to be kind of torturous for them without Malkin, without Bukestad.
Been without 4 players here in the early part of the season. Just how big of a challenge is it to weather some of these early season games without some of your big guns in the lineup?
It's a scary time in Pittsburgh.
Rust, Malkin, sounds like Galchenyuk.
The Pens certainly have had their share early on of the injury bug.
Let's just stay within ourselves and play the game the right way.
These guys are hungry. It's early in the season. They got a lot of energy and a lot of jam, and I think they'll be just fine. Yeah, come on, guys. Hey, let's pop in here. Let's go. Go, go, go. Hey.
They get a chance here, walking in, going with a backhand shot of Crosby, and he scored! And Sidney Crosby, a 4-on-4 goal, ties this game for the Penguins.
You're going to be in the highlight reel for a bit, going in for the celly.
Well, this could get real fun here, partner.
Tana fed one up. A short-handed overtime game winner.
Let's go! Back to Letang. Letang dangles. Still holds. Look at the patience. Letang to the front. He scores!
Chris Letang dancing as he walked it right to the net.
I get the sense that everybody's buying into how he wants them to play.
You're seeing it now, and they're listening to Sullivan.
Good energy now here, gang. Good energy.
Really good effort. Really, really good effort. We're playing hard. We're playing smart. We're playing the right way. Everybody's chipping in.
Marino out of the box for the breakaway. Marino toward the goal. He scores! His first National Hockey League goal.
Hey, first don't get much better than that.
Every guy in this room is bringing something to the table, and that's how you become a team.
Another shorthanded goal for the Penguins. They got a power play goal. They scored first. Yeah, they scored twice in the first period. It's about everything the doctor ordered here.
It's fun to watch from where we sit behind the bench, to watch you guys play as hard as you do and play as well as you do for one another.
The injuries of the Penguins have Sidney Crosby, Chris Letang, Patrick Hornquist, and now Nick Bukestad out. It's going to be a tough matchup.
And here come the Penguins. It's Brian Rust turning on the Jets down the left wing, shoots and scores! Boom! Another injury to tell you about. Brian Rust out of the lineup for the Pens tonight, and the pieces continue to shift here for the Penguins.
There you go, boys.
Yeah, I think it's been bad luck for us to start the year. There's been a lot of injuries, and some very key players have been injured, obviously, but I think at the same time, it puts more onus on the group of guys that are out there playing, and I think it's time for the team to step up.
I need to be fired, you know. I will be fired.
25 saves for Tristan Jarry. Penguins trying to kill off another disadvantage. After Larson dive save, second try, Jarry across.
The
Tristan Jarry, he's just feeling it right now. The athletic saves he's making, the rebound control, and just his body language on the ice is exuding a whole bunch of confidence.
How about guys?
Russ, net empty. Malkin over the line. He scores! 4-0-0 for Gino.
Up to 3.
The Penguins are 10-2 in the month of December and 13-4 over their last 17. It's been a pretty impressive run.
Back in the ice, and already scored!
Every night you see we have a different person stepping up, different person playing a great game.
It's like snowball, like you win 1 game, 2 games, you want to win more.
There's Malkin in front, and it's hit Gensel, he scores! Jake Gensel buries it. Crashed into the end boards. That's tough to look at.
Shoulder surgery for Jake Gensel in Pittsburgh, out 4 to 6 months. Crosby, Bukestad, Dumoulin, Schultz, now Gensel in the midst of a career season.
You know, this season has been particularly star-crossed. It would seem borderline unfair. Be remiss, though, if we didn't mention that this team has been also a story of perseverance because they've been one of the better teams in the league despite all those absences. They've got a bunch of cap space and a GM who's known for making deals, and we'll see what Jim Rutherford can do to try to help them out here.
How are you? Yeah, I know. I've been hurt, so.
You guys got a lot of injuries, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, play hard.
I just like the Penguins right from the drop of the puck. I like what they brought here tonight.
What a team. Oh, this guy's unbelievable. It's a perfect trip for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Big news, of course, around the city is that Sidney Crosby is ready to play. He has missed 28 games on the season. Slap me, silly Sidney.
We welcome you to this year's NHL All-Star Game.
You want to play in the NHL someday?
Yeah, I'll take my dad's place.
It's just a fabulous couple of days here in St. Louis.
As the Pittsburgh Penguins will get back into action here on home ice after a 10-day layoff. They get good news. Justin Schultz is going to return to the lineup after missing the last 16 games.
You got to go! Hit him!
That's how you got to play it.
Wheel! Yeah!
Go. We'll get it.
Crosby open along the boards. The drop pass sends the captain. Crosby pulls up, fires, he scores! Woo! Sidney Crosby in overtime says good night to the Flyers.
Yeah, Murray, let's go.
Yeah!
Matt Murray between the pipes this afternoon for the Pens, and he's won each of his last 5 decisions.
Oh, and a great stop by Matt Murray.
Nice mark.
Yeah! The Penguins have won it.
Hey, win, boys. Hey, let's have some fun tonight.
Evgeny Malkin takes it behind one. Run Marino, he scores! John Marino! Stamkos, one-time blast, and that hit Marino in the face. You're just in the line of fire, and you're just sacrificing your body.
We're always evaluating our group, and we're thrilled to have Jason. We really think he's going to make us a better team. This is a guy that has real good offensive instincts and an ability to score goals.
The pass across, Zucker, he scores! Welcome to the neighborhood.
It's tough to be consistent. I think that's the hardest part about this league is every game's going to be a battle.
Are you kidding me?
3 new additions to the Pens roster as a result of Monday's trade deadline as Patrick Marleau, Connor Sherry, and Evan Rodriguez all acquired by general manager Jim Rutherford.
The Penguins are looking for something to cling to right now. Just got to keep going out there and doing the right things.
That will do it. The Penguins go over on the road trip, and the losing streak reaches 6 games.
I know how much these guys care. I know how invested the players are, the coaching staff is, the management team is to try to help this team win. we all have to take responsibility and ownership for it.
You know, I think we've done some pretty good things over the course of these games where we haven't won, but not enough. So we've got to find a way to kind of get over that hump and get that first one under our belt and build from there.
I'll say the Penguins are still right there in the mix as one of the top teams in the East, but a lot of it hinges on whether they can get their act together over the next three and a half weeks.
There shouldn't be ifs with this team.
Penguins get some good news. Brian Dumont back after ankle surgery and being in the lineup. John Marino, he'll be in the lineup tonight also.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Russ for the HT, he scores! Wow.
We have to build off this and keep playing the game that we want to play. And once we get to there, I think the sky's the limit for us.
Just around the corner, we're going to talk more about the impact of coronavirus on sports. The Penguins should be hungry tonight.
Speed in, stopping Evan Rodriguez. Thus it up by a scores! It's his first as a Penguin.
It has been an eerie feeling across the NHL, especially in arenas.
This is weird.
The big-time sports are all closing their locker rooms to the media. This is unprecedented.
The NHL will put a pause on the current season amidst the global pandemic that is the coronavirus.
It started with a road trip. Huntington Bankers into the American Midwest, where we met Jason and his jars. The new bike jar, the vacation jar, every day a little closer to his goals. Which gave us an idea. What if we could set up digital jars inside his accounts? So, we built it for him. Why? Because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
How do you know you can trust PPG paint? Because the proof is all around you. It covers the buildings you work in, and the offices you work from, the planes you fly in, and the homes you return to. With over 135 years of innovative solutions for any paint project, you can trust the paint that's all around you. Paint with PPG.
Bubble in Toronto. We now bring back our viewers on our live stream, which is brought to you by UPMC. We appreciate them lending their name to tonight's coverage, as well as PNC Wealth Management, who's bringing you all of your replays. And, of course, everyone out there who's tuned into 105.9 The X, which we will take a break on right now as we get set for the third period. So we'll step aside on the radio side, stay with you here on the feed. And if you are just tuning into tonight's feed, 3-3 is our score. 3 goals in the first period, 3 goals in the second period. For Team Black, it's Jared McCann, Jason Zucker, and Patrick Marleau. For Team White, Anthony Angelo, Teddy Bluger, and Connor Sherry. Penguins, of course, going to be in action, as we mentioned, finishing that final scrimmage up of the 4 on Saturday at noon. We will be with you for the stream of that game beginning at about 11:45 a.m., as has been the custom with these streams. That'll be brought to you again by UPMC, and you can catch that on all Penguins social media channels. And then, of course, the real deal. Well, kind of. The exhibition game next Tuesday, 4 o'clock against the Philadelphia Flyers. You can catch that game locally on AT&T Sportsnet in Pittsburgh. You can also catch it on the radio side on 105.9 The X on your radio dial. Then, of course, next Saturday night, a week from this Saturday, the real quest for the Cup begins for the Penguins. Qualifying round game number 1 against the Montreal Canadiens, the 5-seed Pittsburgh Penguins against the 12-seed Montreal Canadiens. That'll be 8 p.m., and the only local broadcast of that game will be available on the radio side on 105.9 The X. You can catch the TV broadcast nationally on NBC. But we'll have all the action covered for you on the radio side, beginning with an extended pregame, extended postgame, and all the Penguins coverage you can handle to get you all fired up for the return of postseason hockey and hockey in general, which we all cannot wait to see come to life again. Getting set for third period action here. It'll be Team White across the left to right side of your radio dial. Team Black moving right to left. Black will start with Evgeny Malkin, Jason Zucker, and Brian Rust. You have Brian Dumoulin and Chris Letang, the defensemen. It'll be Teddy Bluger with Zach Aston Reese and Brandon Tanev up front for Team Gold. Marcus Pettersson and John Marino on the back end. And we are back underway here in this third and final period, maybe, of this third scrimmage. Marcus Pettersson up the right side, flipping it into the attacking zone. It's batted down by Brian Dumoulin, collected though by Tanev in the left circle. Fires one just wide up over the net. It comes back for Bluger, feeds the point man Marino. He rotates to the near wall. Knocked away from him by Zucker. He chips it out to center and Malkin picks it up. He motors forward, right side for Letang at the right circle. Can't get the shot off. Knocked off his stick by Pettersson, who outlets it to Tanev. He slaps it to Bluger, back for Tanev. Into the slot, Aston Reese, he overskated. And back and forth we go as we welcome you back and forth. Here's Malkin flipping it deep into the attacking zone. Glove by Jari hangs on.
Oh, man, what a way to start a period. 3-on-1 one way, 2-on-1 going the other way, 3-on-2 going the other way. Did anybody get a shot on goal out of that?
I don't think so.
I don't think anybody got a shot on goal. A little bit of overpassing, too many decisions, but great action back and forth.
Face off to Jari's left is won by Team Gold. It's Schultz snapping up the right wing wall for Sherry. He's knocked down by Ricola. Corralled now by Jared McCann in his own end for Chad Ruedel. Just over a minute gone in this third period. After this period ends, there'll be about 5 minutes of special teams situation for the Penguins, which we will bring you, so stay tuned for that as well.
And that can mean a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll do a 6-on-5. That's not necessarily special teams, but it is something they might work on. They work on 5-on-3, 4-on-3.
It's all on the table. Turnover. Here's Gensel firing one just wide from the hash marks. That combination of Gensel and Sherry has given Team Black some issues on the forecheck. Here is Sherry dancing and shooting one, and somehow that rolls up over the net wide. To the point, it's Marino for Gensel. Into the slot over to Sherry in front of the Team Black bench. He waits for some help and flips it down low for Lafferty. Works out with it to the slot. Right circle, Churchman on the forehand, holding it, shooting it, and a shoulder save made by Matt Murray. Marino over to Lafferty. Flips it cross ice, picked up in the near corner by Johnson. Spins up the near wall. Passes back to the point man, Churchman. Over to Lafferty. Cross ice feed for Marino. He picks it up off the near wall. John Marino sidesteps Marlowe, still holding it on the forehand. Now swings it back to the point where Adam Johnson has held that spot down as he'll skip it to the far corner. Churchman down low for Angelo. Spins away from Ruedel. His centering pass sticked by Murray up into the air. Comes to the near side for Johnson. Right circle, Lafferty. Cutting towards the net. Sharp angle shot answered by Murray. The rebound comes to Marlowe, who flips it out to center.
So Lafferty not afraid to pull the trigger from the goal line. Ridiculous angle, but put it on cage. And Matt Murray had to be sharp with the right shoulder.
Here's Marcus Pettersson, left wing side for Aston Reese, out of his reach. That'll go all the way down for icing on Team Gold.
Not sure if that should have been icing. Yeah. We might have a conversation here between Ty Hennis and Mark Recchi. They're going to bring it all the way back. I really felt that Brandon Tanev was going to be first on that puck. And it should not have been icing.
Well, while we have a second for the puck is dropped here, our buddy Brian is going to be celebrating a big birthday tomorrow with his wife Janine, daughters Ella and Kate. Happy birthday to Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Happy birthday, buddy.
It's a good time to be celebrating a birthday. One, you get the summer birthday, but now you get that combination of the summer and postseason hockey in the mix.
Yeah, celebrates his birthday with Patrice Bergeron.
Oh, wow. All right.
Jack O'Callahan, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, and Robin Leonard.
Pretty good group. Jason Zucker out to center for Evgeny Malkin. He's over the attacking line, tries to get around Pettersson. Stick check to the far side. Back to the point for Chris Letang. Into the slot, pokes it right side for Malkin. Curls back just inside the line, flips it near wall. It's collected there by Aston Reese. And he's run into by Letang, but not before playing it deeper into his own zone where Jarry settles it. Kevin Churchman comes behind his own net. 13:10 to go in this third period. Up ahead for Rodriguez over the attacking line. Right wing side. Tries to center in front. That's knocked away from Sherry. Comes now back for Rodriguez. At the right point. Throws one on goal. Deflected wide by Sherry. He's stick checked below the goal line by Dumoulin, who passes for McCann. Tries to get it around Rodriguez. Could not. Rodriguez in front for Sherry on the backhand. Steers it wide. Now Johnson cross ice feed. Too far behind Rodriguez. It's kept in though by Churchman. Picked up near side by Dumoulin and flipped out to center. Here's Gensel down the left wing. On the far side, unable to come up with the puck. Dumoulin intercepts and skates out. Brian Dumoulin all by himself for Team Black down the left side. Flips it into the attacking zone. On the ice is Phil Varone. He lets it go back for Sam Militek, also in black, who steers it near side. Connor Sherry on the backhand out to center. Picked up by Pierre-Olivier Joseph as he swings back into his own zone with the puck. Left wing feed for Sam Poulin. 19 years old, youngest player in this camp for the Penguins. Militek on the far wall. Holding on to it, he's leaned onto by Adam Johnson. Kept in at the point by Ricola. Down low for Varone and the slot Poulin. Wrist shot glove saved by Jarry.
Calm, cool, collected Tristan Jarry. Knew where Poulin was going to put that puck before it even came off his stick, but really good job by P.O. Joseph. Sliding over from his left point position to the right point position. Juuso Ricola had scooched down, kept that play alive, got it down to Varone, and eventually to Poulin.
Here is Poulin off the draw, back to the point for Ricola. Snapper, and that one sails just wide. Angelo throwing it cross ice to the neutral zone for Lafferty. Skates into that puck in the attacking zone, runs into the hip of Juuso Ricola. The two of them go down. As it's loose in the far circle, Ricola first to the puck. Finds Joseph. Pierre-Olivier Joseph skating out of his own end. The 21-year-old defenseman loses control. And now the 23-year-old blue liner, John Marino, waits for some fresh legs to hop on the ice for team goal. They belong to Aston Reese, Teddy Bluger, and Brandon Tanev as Marino hits his partner Pedersen. Firing forward off the body of Tanev, collected by Rust up ahead for Dumoulin. Cross ice feed for Malkin, skates into it down the right wing. Skate to stick as he tries to get around Pedersen, cannot. And now Aston Reese sauces it to the right wing side. Tanev picks it up there, turns and fires it into the Team Black end. It's Murray for Dumoulin. Up ahead for Malkin, turns it over to Aston Reese, right circle, whips one just wide. I don't even know if Murray saw that one. It comes now to Letang, left wing for Zucker. Swatted by Schultz deeper into the Team Gold end. As Pedersen turns it over behind the net to Malkin, works through a check from Schultz. Up the near wall, it's Tanev. Knocked down to the ice, picked up by Zucker. Right wing side for Malkin, back in the slot, Zucker on the forehand, shoots one, toe save and a beauty from Tristan Jarry.
That is a gorgeous save by Tristan Jarry. Skate left, shoot right, Jason Zucker goes across the grain, and Tristan Jarry dragged the left pad, made a toe save.
Bluger flipping into the attacking zone, it comes behind the net for McCann. He'll pass left wing for Dumoulin. Feeds it forward for Ruedel, right side for McCann, over to Marlowe, over the attacking line. Down low for McCann. It comes back towards the point for Ricola. Just inside the line. To the right side, McCann over skates. Now Marlowe picks it up for Team Black. Tries to go down low. Couldn't get it deep. And now Sherry out at center for Rodriguez. Over center red, down the right wing. Tries to drop it off for Gensel, who puts it behind the net. They dig for it below the goal line. It rotates to the near corner. Sherry with it, backhanding it for Gensel, intercepted by Hornquist. Through center he goes, over the attacking line to the left wing circle, putting on the brakes and dropping it for Ruedel. Spins in the near corner. Chad Ruedel, puck on his stick, a right-handed shot as he dishes it down low to the near corner. Marlowe battles for it there as it pops out to center for Ruedel. 9:20 to go here in this third period. 3-3 the score, looking for who will break the deadlock in intra-squad scrimmage number 3. Angelo, as the puck rolled past him, picked up by Letang. He's stick checked by Angelo, comes out to center for Lafferty, tries to chip it forward for Adam Johnson, and a whistle stops play.
That could have been hooking on Anthony Angelo. And Mark Recchi, the wrecking ball, decided to look the other way on that one there. Chris Letang was yelling to Rex, that's got to be a hook. But Mark Recchi not only wearing the orange armbands, but acting as the other linesman here too, making the offside call.
Here's Chris Letang in his own end, right side for Sam Poulin. Flipping it deep into the attacking zone. He rolls behind the net. John Marino will scoop it up there for Team Gold. Passes forward for Lafferty through center. Off the skate of Johnson. Lafferty still trying to get to that puck. Just missed it. Bounces for Angelo. Swats it in on goal. Murray settles that down for Joseph. He plays it to Letang. And he'll skip it out to center, high in the air. Glove down by John Marino. Looking to jumpstart Team Gold as he hits the body of Anthony Angelo with the pass, and in goes the puck. Near side, it's Sam Poulin, handing it off to Malkin. Through the neutral zone, Evgeny Malkin curling into the near circle, drops in the slot for Rust with a shot, and that one just missed through a crowd. Now Aston Reese up ahead for Tanev. In front of the benches, swings it deep into the attacking zone. Murray settles it there for Ruedel. Right side for Rust, snaps it cross ice for Malkin. He slows it with his stick, tries to catch up to it down the left wing. Still has it, hands it off to Dumoulin. His shot up over the net, bounces to the far corner. Collected by Churchman. Snaps it out to center where it rolls just inside the line. Corralled there by Chad Ruedel. And he'll pass it right side for Jared McCann. Jason Zucker now deep in his own zone for Brian Dumoulin. 7:40 to go here in this third period. Dumoulin up ahead for Hornquist. Off his stick, it's settled by Marino. Comes back into the attacking end for Joseph. Right-hand side for Hornquist. Tries to step around Jack Johnson, could not. And now Marino scoops it up for Team Gold. He'll pass for Jack Johnson. Backhands it far side. Corralled by Sherry. Back down low for Johnson in the far corner. Tosses it near side for Marino. Ahead for Evan Rodriguez, who motors through center. A left wing feed for Jake Gensel into the attacking zone. He's knocked off the puck by Joseph. It comes near side for McCann. Backhands it cross ice for Joseph. Snaps it forward for Marlowe. Over center red. Patrick Marlowe inside out. Johnson cuts in, and a shot is stopped by the right shoulder of Jarry.
Oh, see you later. How do you do, Patrick Marlowe? Putting it right between the legs of Jack Johnson. Jumping around Johnson. Pick it up on the other side. He tries to go blocker side, then Tristan Jarry. No luck.
Here's Lafferty. Dipsy-doodling through the neutral zone over the attacking line to the slot. Lafferty working right in, and a centering pass goes to the far side for Johnson. His shot answered by the shoulder of Murray. Other way go Team Black. Here's Veroni to the trailer Dumoulin. Cross ice feed looking for Militek. Nice break up there by Lafferty with the stick. Militek, a centering pass, rolls back towards the line, knocked out the center by Johnson. He's racing for the puck with Veroni, who gets there first, but is stripped of the puck by Johnson. In he comes on the backhand, shoots, stopped by Murray with the glove.
Oh, thievery by Adam Johnson on Sam Militek. How did he pick the pocket there? And then all of a sudden he's on top of Matt Murray. Goes forehand, backhand, just can't elevate it over the long, daddy long legs there. Matt Murray with the left pad.
Letang plays it down low for Dumoulin behind his own net. Up the left wing side for Zucker, out of his reach. That'll go down for icing on Team Black.
Injured, call Shenderovich and Fishman at 888-98 Twins. They handle motorcycle wrecks, car crashes, tractor trailer wrecks, work injuries, dog bites. At only 25%, they put more money in your pocket, and the consultation is free. Shenderovich and Fishman, 888-98 Twins. They got your back, not your wallet.
Let's step aside for a moment on the radio feed and stay with you on the stream. 105.9 The X is the home of the Pens. Staying with you on our stream, it's Brian Rust, cross ice feed for Jason Zucker, coming back out to center. Here's Juuso Riikola to the near side for Chad Ruedel. Left wing feed for Malkin. Up ahead for Brian Rust into the slot. Holds it to the right circle, shoots one, and getting a stick on that was Pettersson. It goes wide. Tanev on the near wall, passing out for Aston Reese through center, snaps it into the attacking zone. It'll come behind the net where it's picked up by P.O. Joseph with exactly 5 minutes to play here in the third period. McCann, Marlowe, and Hornquist out there for Team Black. Joseph alongside Chris Letang. Puck bounces off Marlowe into the attacking end. They'll have to touch up will Team Black as Marino settles things down over to Jack Johnson. Up ahead and out of the reach is Johnson's pass of Rodriguez. That'll be icing on Team Gold.
I have to laugh. Brandon Tanev had a bit of a frustrating shift there. Things that just weren't going his way. He gets to the bench. We're talking about an inter-squad scrimmage here. He gets to the bench and slams the door as hard as he can. That's just who he is. That's just Brandon Tanev. He just competes so hard. He just loves it.
One speed, as we said. Here's Hornquist back to the point for Letang. Near side for Johnson. His shot off the stick of Sherry. That one stays in play, far corner. Johnson flips it out to center. Here's Letang picking it up. He skates over the Penguin logo. Nice pass in tight to Hornquist. Right side for McCann. Backhands it down low, looking on the play for Hornquist, who pokes it near corner. It's loose on that wall. Bounces down low for Sherry. Behind the net for Johnson. Sidesteps McCann as we welcome you back on 105.9 The X. 4:08 to play, 3-3 the score. You didn't miss anything. Here's Johnson centering in front. A centering pass off the body of Rodriguez stayed out. Gensel, far side for Sherry. Back to the point, Marino. At the right circle, he finds Jack Johnson. Tosses one towards the net. That hit a couple of bodies and went wide. Now Sherry. Down low for Letang. He skates out with it. Chris Letang losing control of the puck. There to recover is Joseph, who backhands it out of harm's way to the far wall for Marlowe. Scoops it up, centers forward for Hornquist, and he'll knock it out to center. Full line change for both teams in the span of the puck entering the team gold zone as Tristan Jarry hands it off to Lafferty, who passes for Schultz.
We take it down here under 3.5 minutes in a 3-3 game. Expected to go up a couple notches here.
Here comes Lafferty driving the net on the forehand, stopped by Murray. He gets bumped into and loose atop the crease. Murray answers on Anthony Angelo.
Oh yeah, a little tap of the sticks from the black bench for Matt Murray. As you mentioned, he got bumped into by Sam Lafferty, was all the way in the back of the net, got himself righted, but knew he couldn't get in the upright position, so he just went double stack of pancakes and robbed Anthony Angelo to keep it 3-3.
Face off to the left of Murray, comes back to Churchman, over to Schultz, shoots one, save made by the left pad of Murray. And there's another chance for Angelo. That one went off the outside of the net. Team Gold warming to the task here. Lafferty, wrist shot, Murray gobbles that up. He hangs on.
Oh, Sam Lafferty trying to take over the game here right now. He is everywhere, all over the ice. Didn't get a whole lot on that wrister as he walked out of the corner, put it right into the breadbasket of Matt Murray.
This has been his camp. Sam Lafferty.
Scary how good he's been. It's his speed. He's just been so explosive and the way he attacks the net. That's the one thing about Sam Lafferty. It's one thing to be fast, and if you're all on the outside, well, that's great. Well, wow. But after a while, you need some results, and he's been getting that too by attacking the net.
Bluger shrugs off Ricola behind the net. Team White on the attack. It's Aston Reese in the far corner. 2.5 to go. Churchman near side for Schultz. His wrist shot hit a body. It's Tanev, and it went wide. Now Aston Reese behind the net, picked up by Tanev. Works up the near wall. Stick check by Joseph. Corralled by Zucker. He lost control to Tanev, who plays it right onto the stick of Ricola. Out he goes to Malkin. Centering through the neutral zone, looking for Brian Rust. The puck was deflected and eluded him. And Bluger will skate back in for Team Gold. He plays it near corner. Dumoulin battling for it. Comes behind the net for Malkin. Spins away from Jake Gensel. Evgeny Malkin nearly ran into Teddy Bluger there, as he still has the puck in the far circle of his own zone before passing for Dumoulin and going for a change. Hornquist, McCann, and Marlowe on the ice for Team Black. Gensel, Rodriguez, and Sherry opposite them for Team Gold. It's Marlowe up ahead for Hornquist. Splits the defense on the backhand. Shoots one off the post. Patrick Hornquist that close to giving Team Black the lead.
Oh, what a pass there from Hornquist to Marlowe. Back to Hornquist and off the post. Glove side of Tristan Jarry.
Here's Letang. Left side for Hornquist. Another opportunity perhaps. Right side McCann. Wrister, and getting a piece of that was Jarry. Rodriguez cross ice, intercepted by Sam Poulin, and he'll go the other way for Team Black. 1-on-1 with Pettersson. Poulin, stick check by Pettersson, gave him nothing to work with and runs him into the end wall. Sherry, right side for Sam Lafferty, racing after that puck into the attacking zone. Under a minute to go now in this third period. Let's see if either side has one in him. It's Lafferty off the turnover in front. Johnson curls right circle, centers across the crease, nobody home. Now Schultz back down low looking for Johnson. It's picked up on the near wall. He's leaned into there by Ruedel. 37 seconds left in the third. Angelo digs it out, works along the goal line. His centering pass out of the reach of Schultz. Comes back out towards the team goal end. Picked up by Marino. Pressured on the play by Militech. Marino enters the attacking zone down the right wing. Bumped by Ruedel, stays with it. Marino, a centering pass deflected by Murray wide. 18 seconds to go. It bounces towards the line. Marino has it knocked off his stick. Ruedel picks it up. Left wing for Malkin. 10 seconds left. Deeper into his own end. It's Murray settling it for Joseph with 4 and then 3 seconds to go. We can't have back-to-back ties.
That's both scores 3-3. And man, they went for it big time. Are we going to have a shootout here?
We'll see what Mike Sullivan decides. We're going to hold off on our radio break until we know what's coming here, because we were told that the last
I think
5 minutes was special teams.
Yeah, I thought for a second Mike Sullivan was picking shooters for a possible shootout, but now he's got players taking off jerseys and putting on different colors, and that would tell me that they're going to go to special teams. Jake Gensel taking off his white jersey and putting on a black jersey, so that would tell me that players in black will be power play, players in white will be penalty killers.
We'll bring you the special teams portion on our radio broadcast after these messages on the home of the Pens, 105.9 The X. Staying with you here on the stream, and again, a big thanks to UPMC for making this stream possible, PNC Wealth Management for the replays. 3-3, we bring you back-to-back ties in a league that no longer has them. That's how it's gone here, these last 2 scrimmages. But we will get you, of course, some special teams work, and I think this is going to be an interesting thing for a lot of fans out there. I know I'm excited, and you probably are as well, Borky, that we get to see this power play go to work a little bit here with Patrick Hornquist, a guy who has not been around for the beginning of camp. Got back yesterday, worked with the top unit yesterday, and now we'll see them in action here tonight.
No, and Chris Letang and Justin Schultz have kind of been flip-flopping back and forth, and who's going to run the number 1 unit. Chris Letang is going to get the start here, but with no Sidney Crosby, that gives Jared McCann a chance to be on the number 1 unit. He's a power play guy, but not always a number 1 unit power play guy. So with no Sid, Jake Gensel, of course, Evgeny Malkin, of course, to mention Chris Letang will be your quarterback. Patrick Hornquist, I think you know where you can find him, Josh.
Yeah.
He will have the tripod set up right in front of Matt Murray.
Should be a good battle between him and Jack Johnson, who's out there. Johnson and Dumoulin, the defenders. Up front, it's Bluger and Tanev. Puck is dropped to the right of Matt Murray, and we're underway with some special teams action here in Cranberry. Battle for possession off the drop of the puck. It comes back to Letang. He'll flip one down low looking for Malkin. Leaned on by Johnson behind the net. Battled for by Hornquist. Picked up by Gensel. Tosses it back to the point for Letang. He'll steer it in the far corner. It rolls down low where Gensel retrieves as we're back here on 105.9 The X. And we are doing some power play work. Top unit out there for you right now. Malkin, Letang, Gensel, McCann, and Hornquist as McCann shoots one from the left circle that's deflected wide by Hornquist and out to center. Picked up by Chris Letang. Right side for Jake Gensel over the attacking line. Puts on the brakes far wall. Passes for Malkin. Swings it near side McCann. Left circle. Wrist shot. Score! Jared McCann picks the corner. That's exactly what you want to see with him on this top power play. Team Black finds the back of the net.
Well, good breakout there. Good zone entry by Jake Gensel. Pulls up. Got nice puck support by Evgeny Malkin. Gino sends it over to Jared McCann. He's got a day and a half to walk it in. You got Patrick Hornquist in front. He goes glove hand on Matt Murray. I think that caught a piece of Matt Murray's glove and deflected down into the cage. Beautiful goal by Jared McCann.
One of the big reasons Mike Sullivan said that McCann was the natural choice, first with Patrick Hornquist out of the lineup and now with Sidney Crosby out of the lineup, obviously not to necessarily fill the exact roles of those players, but what he was the natural choice from the perspective of the power play thought is that he shoots the puck. He had 150 shots on goal this year as the 4th most amongst Penguins forwards. And Patrick Hornquist said the other day that he has the best shot on the team, the hardest shot on the team. So that was an interesting statement, and we saw a little bit of that right there with him finding the back of the net.
The number 2 unit out here. This number 2 unit will have 2 defensemen. It'll be Marino and Justin Schultz.
Up front, it's Rust, Jason Zucker, and Connor Sherry. Sherry dumps it into the far corner, kept in by Zucker at the right point. At the center point, Schultz. Feeds Zucker right side, bottom of the right circle, centers in front. Shooting one just wide was Rust. Back in front he goes, looking for Zucker. He'll pick it up in the near corner. To the point man, Marino walks the blue line. John Marino for Zucker, right side on the forehand, throws one towards the net. Rust pokes it towards the goal, and they score. Justin Schultz, just where you'd expect him to be, right? In the blue paint. Power play goal.
A bit of a broken play, but Jason Zucker is such a smart hockey player. Hanging on to the puck after getting it from John Marino, makes it a little dipsy-doodle move, gets it in front. I think Brian Rust got a whack at it. Maybe Connor Sherry gets a whack. Maybe Zucker following up, and somehow it ends up on the stick of Justin Schultz. What's he doing down there? Good play, Schultz.
Was like
down in front of the net, taps it in.
One of those old drills where every guy has to touch the puck before they get the shot off, except that wasn't really a shot, but we'll take it. Here's Malkin, wrist shot as the top power play unit's back out there. McCann finds Letang, left side for Malkin. Back to the center point, Letang. At the right side, it's Jared McCann. Now Hornquist playing catch with McCann. Down low for Gensel, looking for Hornquist. It rolls back to Letang at the left circle, Malkin. Curling on the near wall, back to the point for Letang. Holding the puck and surveying the scene is Chris Letang. He rotates to the far side for Malkin, back for Letang. Cross ice feed for Hornquist. It'll roll to the near corner. Bumped there by Ricola as Hornquist. They battle for it as a couple of bodies come together. It comes back for Malkin, tosses across ice. McCann with a shot. That caught the outside of the net, went wide. Here's Malkin, centering in front. Hornquist digging for it there, bumped by Ricola. Two of them continue to joust for the puck as it comes behind the net for Churchman, who clears it out to center. Change things up on the killer side. Bluger hops out there with Marlowe. It's Johnson and Dumoulin as Letang controls back in the attacking zone for Team Black, and a whistle stops play.
The only thing that's tough sometimes in this format, when you're on the power play against your teammates on the penalty kill, there's times you want to really rip one.
Yeah.
And your teammate's there, and he's kind of flinching, and you know there's a good chance they're going to put it right off your ankle bone, and guys pull up on that. And we understand that. Coaches understand that. There's times you don't want to just pound one into somebody's feet, break a bone, and maybe that player misses some time, but boy, both these power plays have looked really good so far.
Here's Schultz at the second power play unit. Rust out there as well at the center point for Schultz. To the far circle, John Marino. Back for Schultz. His wrist shot, that skipped its way towards the net. Dumoulin blocked it off. Picked up now by Marino. To the point for Schultz. Right side, Rust works towards the net. Centers in front, deflected by Zucker. Answered by Jari with the right pad.
A shot pass by Schultz. Redirect by Zucker. Beautiful save by Tristan Jari.
Loose on the far wall. They dig for it there. A sea of bodies coming together in front of that Team Black bench. Bluger and Tanev, the killers, out there up front for Team Gold. Dumoulin and Johnson, the defenseman, as Dumoulin picks up the puck, kills some time, and fires all the way down. Schultz will retrieve behind his own net. Schultz, Rust, Sherry, Zucker, and Marino are the names out there for the second power play unit. Here's Sherry entering the attacking zone down the left wing. Plays catch with Zucker on the far wall, still loose over there. Aston Reese shovels it up, but not out. Kept in by Schultz. Snaps one towards the goal, knocked down by Sherry on the backhand in tight, stopped by Jari, and a whistle stops play.
How about that play? Justin Schultz, smart play. He sees that Sherry's open, can't get into it directly, so lets the wrister go. Sherry gloves it, tries to go glove to stick, and just couldn't corral the bouncing puck.
I've been impressed by Sherry's work down low and in tight areas in this camp. I think it was the game on Monday where he was setting up guys from below the goal line, and play like that just seems to have a little more confidence in that area.
Yeah, confidence leads to great vision, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it really was. It was very deceptive from behind that goal line, setting up his mates.
Top unit out there again. Malkin tries to go cross ice. That hit a skate, comes to the near corner, and it's cleared all the way down by Chad Ruedel. Power play operating right to left across your radio dial, we should let you know. As Chris Letang exits his own zone. Up ahead for Malkin. Over center red, gains the line, spins into the attacking zone where he finds Letang. Drops it back for Malkin at the right point. He'll shoot one, and a save made through traffic by Murray. He hangs on.
I like that play by Evgeny Malkin. It seems like a simple play, but it was the right play. He got his head up. He knew Patrick Hornquist had got away from his check when he was wide open. If Patrick Hornquist deflects that puck, you might have a different result there than just an easy glove save by Matt Murray.
Second power play out there now, moving left to right across your radio dial. Face off to Tristan Jari's right. Luger on to take it against Sherry. It's won by Team Black. And the power play, Marino for Schultz. Left side for Sherry. Back for Schultz. He tosses it over to Sherry. Snaps it across for Marino. Right circle. His shot, shoulder saved by Jari. Loose in front, and it's put in. They score. Brian Rust at the side of the net, near post, able to find that puck and put it in. And this second power play unit has a couple PPGs.
And that's exactly why, and I've said this before, and this is going to be wrapping up right here, so give me some time to talk. Exactly why when people get frustrated, myself included, Mike Sullivan, you, Josh, get frustrated at the power play because they don't shoot the puck when the shot is there. John Marino lets that wrister go. And that's when it's not the shot on goal that you're expecting to score, it's what's going to happen after. And you had Jason Zucker hacking, whacking away. Next thing you know, it's to Brian Rust. Brian Rust has enough time and patience to corral the puck on the backhand, get it to the forehand, elevate it, put it upstairs before Tristan Jarry can recover. But if John Marino decides, well, you know, a wrister, maybe that's not the right play, maybe I can do something fancier, that goal never happens. Simple wrister towards the cage, and then the skill took over.
This was a great pace here this evening from start to finish. I thought from this game, you get a 3-3 tie, you get obviously some power play work at the end, but I think what you're looking for here from the Penguins' perspective is just to see things continuing to process and progress in the right direction for the team. And obviously, when you talk about some players, you hope that that progress means, in the sense of Sidney Crosby, that we see him back on the ice in the coming days before the team goes up to Toronto. But as far as the group that's available right now, great effort, great pace tonight.
Yeah, I loved it all. I loved the pace, the effort. There was enough physicality for me in an inter-squad where there was enough bumping. I love the compete level. I love what I saw from the young guys.
Yes.
From this team that we haven't seen before, the Black Aces, as you will. And I don't have to tell you, Josh, or our listeners, if you're going to go deep in the playoffs, you're going to need those Black Aces somewhere, somehow, to do something special. Boy, there's a lot to like here tonight.
Yeah, you talk about who scores in this game. We mentioned Jared McCann, Jason Zucker, and Patrick Marleau all scoring for Team Black. Anthony Angelo, Teddy Bluger, Connor Sherry, the goal scorers for Team White in a 3-3 tie. Mike Sullivan addressing his team towards the end of practice here. And for the most part, from what we've heard in these practices, when we've been able to listen in on what Mike Sullivan said, a lot of it has been along the lines of he's very proud with how they're handling this situation. It's unusual, but they're making the most of it. And I would imagine some of the similar words there and maybe what he felt as far as what he saw in the scrimmage setting here tonight.
No, Josh, you and I have talked about this before. There's something about this setting here. Mike Sullivan talking to his group on the ice. You know, you have a lot of team meetings in the locker room, but something about this setting, when the coach comes out on the ice or the end of practice, he brings everybody in, those few seconds, that message that he delivers, I'm sure while practice was going on, he's got little notes inside his head to deliver. And now when these players drive home tonight and they put their head on the pillow or they wake up tomorrow, those words that he just spoke right now, those are important. Those are the step forward of what he witnessed here tonight, what he liked here tonight, maybe what he didn't like here tonight. And he's setting things up for tomorrow.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, all these steps forward to get better each day and hopefully start peaking at the right time when they play the Montreal Canadiens.
Well, Borky, as always, a lot of fun doing this with you tonight.
It was a lot of fun, man. I had a great time.
This has been fun doing these first three. We're looking forward to bringing you the fourth one. Again, that's going to be noon, the final scrimmage at training camp, and then all the real thing is coming your way. Noon on Saturday. We'll be with you probably around 11:45 a.m. You can catch that stream presented by UPMC right where you watched it tonight on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, and the Penguins app. And, of course, you can also listen to that game if you're going to be in your car or you prefer the radio side of things. We wouldn't judge you. 105.9 The X in Pittsburgh is where that will be available, again, starting around 11:45 a.m. Well, this train's officially reached the station tonight in front of nobody in person, but thousands of eyes and ears across the internet and audio channels. Team Gold ties Team Black by a score of 3-3. Again, we're going to be with you on Saturday at noon. We do want to thank everyone for making this possible. Of course, as we mentioned, our friends at UPMC, our friends at PNC Wealth Management, to Mark Coddington, Mike Davenport, Aaron Miller. Thanks for all the setup here and making this go off without a hitch, and we will look forward to talking to you on Saturday. Be safe, everybody. Be well, and have a good night.